All right, this is King Bucho. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the boxing debate arena. We just heard that Canelo is gonna be fighting. What the hell is his name? Brocky Fielding. He's the WBA super middleweight regular champion. Remember, there's two WBAs. There's a super WBA champion. There's a regular champion. I don't even know. I think there is a WBA interim champion. It's all a fucking joke. But yep, that's the news. Let me know in the chat what you think about this fight. December 15th, Madison Square Garden, New York. And yes, I'm sending the links. So give me 1 second. All right. Oh, gotta send it to Stu. All right. How y'all doing? I'll start talking like Hillary Clinton during the fucking campaign when she went to the South. How y'all doing? I'm one of you. I'm all fucked up on drugs. Alright. Let's cut the fucking music. Alright, who do we have in the chat? Undercover Asian, Azzy, Nino Gagi, Cameron, Brandon White, Jungkoo Chang is better than Finito Lopez. Rock Davis, of course. MB. Sakib. You're the first ones on the show. And I applaud you for that. Alright, so listen. Oh, we have Cameron. Hold on.
Fuck, mate, it's life, man. You only live once. Make the most of life. Enjoy it. Because everybody's got their weird fetishes, man. And mine just happens to be eating fucking ass.
Alright, what's up, Cameron?
What's going on, man?
Alright, thank God you're here. Because I don't know shit about this guy. So I need some British experts to give me or give us some information about this guy. What do you think about this fight?
Yeah, Fielding's he's he got destroyed by Callum Smith a few years ago now, 3 years ago almost. Since then he's got some okay wins. Not an elite win, but he's on a nice little run. I'll put on Twitter earlier on. He's on a nice little run. He's got he's beat the likes of a Brass. He beat John Ryder, who was on a nice run. He beat Zerga. Fielding. He's not the worst fighter in the division. Obviously, he's got a belt, but this announcement was shocking, wasn't it? For me, everybody was surprised by it. We were all thinking that Canelo was going to fight Lemieux, and in December it looked like it was a lock. Just like we were all going to think that was going to happen, and all of a sudden this comes out of left field, and I don't know. Do you know what? I'm not. When this fight got announced, I didn't think, oh, what a shocker this is. You know what I mean? Obviously the announcement was shocking, but I didn't think it was. In terms of the fight itself, obviously Canelo's going to win this fight. Fielding's got. He needs a miracle. But at the same time, I like seeing guys get a payday. Especially our guys in the UK. I like the fact Fielding's getting a payday, and obviously I think a lot of people are kind of forgetting that Canelo's just come off 2 grueling fights with Golovkin, and he obviously wants to stay active without fighting a killer. So this is kind of a stay active fight where he's got no risk. But I'm not actually going to shit on the fight. I'm kind of happy for Fielding. I'm happy he's got, he's getting his chance, a big payday. Canelo stays active before, he ends up fighting someone like a Charlo or someone like that next year. Unless he stays at 68, it's kind of interesting, a development. But nah, man, I'm not going to sit here and shit on this whole thing, because as much as, Canelo's going to win the fight, I'm kind of happy for Fielding. I'm kind of happy that he's got this chance. So see what he can do.
Cameron, as a fan, is this interesting? I know you feel good about. You're happy for Fielding and everything. Whatever, we understand. As a fight, is this worth it?
No, let's hope if it's on regular, you know, what I mean, maybe it's on regular ESPN or something, wherever he goes, and fair enough. But yeah, I mean, it's not an amazing fight, is it? Let's be real. I'm not going to sit here and say it's an amazing fight, but you know, it could be worse. Let's be honest. Canelo was never going to fight a guy that we wanted to see in December. You know, it's only 2 months away. He's just fought Golovkin last month. You know, he's going to fight someone he can beat. So in that sense, that's why I'm not bothered. But you know, it's I mean, it's not the you know, it's not the fight we want for Canelo, but it is what it is, man. I like Fielding. You know what I mean? Like, I like he's improved. He's developed nicely since the Smith loss. He's not an elite fighter, but you know, I'm just happy for Fielding, man. But yeah, it's not the fight that we all wanted, is it? Let's be honest.
So there you have it. Cameron is happy about Fielding, and the fight's not gonna be that interesting. Let's bring back.
I wasn't bad though.
I told you what's going to happen with Price. I told you he's going to be sleeping. I told you the ambulance is going to come. The oxygen mask is going to come out. I told you he's going to miss the main event. I told you all them things were going to happen.
Stu, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, what's happening, boys?
What's going on, bro?
Yeah,
all right,
good,
Stu.
Man, good.
Give us your take or your thoughts about this announcement, Canelo Fielding.
A bit lost for words, really. It's just certainly a fight that I wasn't expecting to be announced. When I was looking at who Canelo's next opponent would be, Rocky Fielding was at the bottom of the list. So very, very surprised. I mean, I don't know what it is with Canelo. When he wants a belt, he goes and takes off a Scouser from England, doesn't he? Because he did it to Liam Smith when he went back to 154, went and took his belt off him. And I think he's going to do the same with Rocky Fielding. We're talking about a guy that got knocked out in a round by Callum Smith. He's got a couple of good wins on his resume. If you want to call Brian Vera a good win, Tyron Zuga. I mean, it's just I can see where Canelo's coming from. He's just been in a war, right? He's got a December date. He's looking for an opponent, and it looks good on the resume, doesn't it? Former super middleweight champion of the world, even though it's a
regular.
He's gone after the worst champion, like he did at 154. Because let's be fair, Liam Smith was probably the worst champion in that division, and he went after Smith, and now he's gone after Fielding, the worst champion in that division. So I'd have rather him gone after Callum Smith. I would have, but obviously Callum Smith's not going to fight in December. But yeah, what can I say? What can I say? It's a strange fight, but I can see where Canelo's coming from.
Yeah, I was saying the same. I'm getting a bit of feedback, but yeah, I just want to apologise for my voice. I've still lost it, man. I've had this flu for a week now. It's just not going away, so I'll try the best I can. Do you know what, man? I agree with what you said, Stu. I mean, it's not the opponent that anybody wanted. You know, this is more shocking than when Golovkin Brook got announced for me. You know, yeah. I mean, this is more shocking than that.
Yeah.
I'm happy for Phil. You know, I'm happy for Fielding's getting a payday. I mean, it's not going to be competitive, right? I mean, let's be real. But I mean, obviously, you know, is this Canelo kind of, you know, getting in a fight in for 68, get a belt? And,
yeah, but you know I'm not about getting into emotions with boxers. I don't care if Rocky Fielding gets a payday or not. I didn't ask him. I didn't ask him to be a boxer. I didn't ask him to be a fighter. At the end of the day, I want to see the best fights, and Rocky Fielding Canelo is not a great fight. Let's be real. I mean, I don't know if Canelo probably don't want to do another camp where he has to lose weight. So he's come in at 168, an easy camp. That's more the reason, I think, that he's gone up to 168 to fight Rocky Fielding. And
plus, he's just had two grueling fights with Golovkin, and he wants an easy touch as well. You have to say,
yeah. It's just, let's be real, it's just not a fight that I want to see, to be honest with you.
Now,
Rocky Fielding has no chance whatsoever. No.
He's 6'1", so he's pretty tall. I don't think Canelo has ever fought. Oh wait, I think Chavez Jr. Yeah, so it's the second most tallest fighter he has ever fought.
Chavez Jr. was a gash fighting, and Chavez Jr. had more of a chance than Fielding, sadly.
Whoa. You think so?
Yeah. Chavez Jr. is, yeah, he's a lot. he's a lot stronger than Rocky Fielding, I think. Although Rocky Fielding's a super middleweight, I still think he's not a strong super middleweight. Look how he got blown away by Callum Smith. It weren't like he was toughening it out in there. He just got destroyed and dismantled in no time whatsoever. So I don't think I think Canelo's a strong kid, isn't he? I don't think Rocky Fielding's got a good shot on him. And any boxer's got a chance when they've got a decent punch. But Canelo's proved time and time again he's got a fucking rock solid chin, and it's going to take a very good punch to crack that chin. And I just don't think Rocky Fielding has got it in him to do it. I just don't think he's good enough. Let's be real. I think he's a British level fighter that got lucky because he's got a good promoter, and
he has a belt.
Sorry, I'm cutting out a little bit. Yeah, he's got a good promoter. Hello?
What the fuck is that sound? Alright, so...
Yeah, man, again, I can hear like a... I'm on mute, but I can hear like a...
Yeah, it's putting me off. It's putting me off, man. What is it? But yeah, I mean, he's got a good promoter, and he got him a world title shot, and he got lucky. He didn't fight a very good champion. I mean, Tyron Zuga is a typical German fighter that hangs around in Germany and fights bums and polishes up the record with a what they do, they fight bum after bum after bum, don't they? They never leave Germany. So he wasn't a great champion. So fair play to Rocky Fielding. He's going to get a payday, but I think he's going to be spending the night in the hospital. That's for sure.
All right.
Sounds like someone's got a Darth Vader mask in the background.
Yeah, it's not me because I muted myself, so it's one of you guys.
No, I'm on mute all the time. And
I was mute as well. I think it's two then.
It's not me.
It's gone now, so it's all good.
Anyways, so Fielding has a belt, and that's what he's getting the fight.
I mean, I want to say... I mean, it's a bad fight. I just hope to God they don't put it on pay-per-view in the UK. I'm just hoping they don't. Just put on Sky regularly overnight. Just do not put it on pay-per-view. Because I know it's Canelo and, they might try and do that, but I think it'll be a stretch. I don't think they will do that, but I'm just hoping they don't put this fight on pay-per-view in the UK because it's just not pay-per-view worthy.
I got a feeling this fight could be on DAZN, because I don't think HBO are going to be too interested in it. This fight could be on the DAZN. Eddie Hearn's involved with Rocky Fielding. Don't be surprised if this fight is on DAZN. Maybe Canelo's using it as an opportunity to try a different format. I mean, HBO are pulling out of boxing. I still think they'll do the big Canelo shows. If Canelo's a big fight, I still think they'll do that. But I'm not sure HBO are going to make an announcement that they're pulling out of boxing and then come back for the big one. Rocky Fielding's not exactly the big one, is he? So
that's a good point. All right, it's two.
So,
for sure, it's you. The sound.
What are you moaning? What sound?
Yeah, it sounds like Darth Vader. And I saw when I heard the sound, I saw your Hangouts. It emitted sound wave, a sound wave. I don't know how you call it. That shit.
Oh fuck! I don't know what it is because I'm sitting in silence here.
Yeah, it's not. It's a sound coming from the internet or something. It's not a sound.
Oh, I know what it is. Hang on a sec. It's my PlayStation 4. Hang on, let me turn it off.
Oh my god. Alright.
It might be.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, I didn't know you could hear that. Fucking hell, I can hardly hear it myself.
Alright.
Yeah, we can hear it. We can even hear it turning on and off, man.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Genjuro77 in the chat says Fielding is pathetic. ALL Boxing says Diva Canelo is scared of the boogeyman. But
you know what,
I don't blame him. I blame the Mexican fanboys. He's been sarcastic.
Come up 2 fights with Golovkin, and people are out here saying Canelo's scared. This
no,
guy,
he's joking.
That guy, Canelo's scared of Charlo. Get the fuck out of here, man. How many times does Canelo have to prove that he's not scared of a fight, man? Who's he ducked? Tell me a fight he's ducked.
Charlo.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, man. He's only just stopped fighting Golovkin a month ago, and they're already out here saying he's ducking Charlo. Fuck that shit. Charlo,
here's a question. Here's a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Is this fight better than David Lemieux?
No, but you can't. I don't think he's gonna. I think they'd have to build that Lemieux up, and that'd have to be on a Mexican holiday. Do you know what I mean? I just think. I just don't. I think David Lemieux is a fight that I'd have to build. I think Canelo would want a bit more than 2 months to get prepared for Lemieux. I think he sees Rocky Fielding as an easy touch, as I do. I think this fight. I I think this fight will be over quite quickly. Rocky Fielding's going to feel that power, and he's going to curl up in a ball, and that's going to be it. So,
do you know what, man? The thing that's doing well the most is this Charlo crap, right? And look, I like the Charlos, I like their fighting style. They're obviously talking about Jamal, but why are people out here saying that Canelo's? What is that?
The fuck was that?
Oh, sorry about that. How you guys doing? No Pablo right here.
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Who is this anyway,
He
man?
was here once.
Oh, what's going on, bro? Good to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys. I was on here one time.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, can you speak louder?
Say, man.
No. You were speaking. Go ahead. I'll wait for you.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I like this Charlo. You know what I mean? I like Charlo. I like his fighting style. I think he's a very good fighter. But I don't get this whole boogeyman thing. Like, the guy's fought nobody at middleweight. He's just been ordered to fight Golovkin. You know, take that fight. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's a bit weird, like the way that WBC have ordered that, and then you look at what Canelo's doing now. You know, but why can't Jamal? Jamal for me needs to fight somebody with some relevance in the middleweight division before we talk about him fighting Canelo. Maybe he is one of the toughest fights out there, but to say somebody's the boogeyman of the division when he's only had 2 fights there and he's not fought anyone with a pulse, for me that's a bit far-fetched. So.
Yeah, let me tell you something now. Charlo fans are going to get him hurt like they did Rigo, and they're going to finish his career because they're going to rush him into a fight and he's going to get destroyed, and then he's going to disappear into the fucking sunset like Rigondeaux did. So you be very careful what you wish for. I mean, yeah, Golovkin don't want that work. Golovkin would destroy Charlo. I'll put my house on it. So be very careful what you wish for Charlo. I mean, Canelo, he's a serious guy, pound for pound fighter. Charlo's nowhere near that list. So let's not talk about that fight yet. Charlo needs a decent win on his resume. I mean, I'm going through Charlo's resume, and it's a bum fest. So I want to see some decent wins on Charlo's resume before we start talking about Canelo ducking him.
Yeah. Before we bring,
wait, hold on, Steven Schneider, thank you for your contribution. He says Charlo is a hype job. What up, guys? What's up, back?
I just want to say before we bring the poll in, I just want to say this whole thing. That's one of the things that really annoys me the most about boxing, when people say Canelo's scared of this guy, Canelo's scared of that guy. The guy's resume is insane. I mean, he just fought Golovkin twice, and they're already saying he's scared of Charlo, man. Get the fuck out of here with that. But go on the poll. Say what you want to say, man.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I thought that was a good move from the WBC's part to actually let Golovkin take care of that, because I mean, wasn't he his mandatory for at least like 1.5 years? And you know, this is probably the opportunity of a lifetime if Triple G were to accept that fight, because you know, this is actually like a 2-part deal for Charlo. If you know, I'm not saying he can do anything to Golovkin, but if he was that good, like everybody says he is, you know, he should be able to get in there, take care of Golovkin, and then, you know, that's 2 super fights for Charlo. And as far as Canelo, I think that's a good idea for Canelo, because that would be you know, 2 good fights for Canelo, because you know that he has a brother, and if the older Charlo can't take care of I know they're twins, but I guess one was born before the other, but I mean, that would make a hell of a story, wouldn't it? If Canelo were to beat Charlo, then the younger brother would want revenge, and you know, those would be.
I don't like that
fight. Does anyone honestly believe deep in their heart that Charlo would sign Golovkin first, then Canelo? It's
no.
He should.
Of course not.
Charlo would fight him.
He should, but he won't.
Well, it's more, my attention's focused more on Golovkin, because just the thought of fighting Charlo hasn't looked like they're interested at all. So, you know, they've been just blowing it off for how long? And now that they basically implored for the trilogy, WBC gave them the chance to, you know, get back right into it. And it looks like they might just go fight Murata, you know? So that's more of what I'm focused on. Seeing what Golovkin's going to do.
Maybe Canelo should do what Eddie Hearn does. You know, if you want to fight Anthony Joshua, put Dillian White in front of him, and do that with David Lemieux. Make Charlo fight Lemieux first, I mean, let's just, that's a good fight. I think Charlo could win that fight. So, but it's still a solid fight, a solid win. Lemieux's the gatekeeper. He tells us where they are in the middleweight division. If you can't get past Lemieux, you've got no business anywhere near the top. So put Charlo in there with Lemieux, and then Canelo, the winner of that fight fights Canelo next. I'm happy for that. But to say that Charlo should just deserve a fight with Canelo, you know, for his great resume, it was ridiculous.
Well,
that's
why they want to give him Triple G, because wasn't Triple G, and then people are talking about how the WBC is corrupt. Well, everybody's known this for the longest. I mean, but what I'm saying is they're trying to give him the chance with Triple G, so it's really all eyes on Triple G. Is he going to be? How bad does he want that trilogy? You know.
Hey, Nopal, could you speak a little bit louder, or maybe change?
Yeah, you can up his audio, man. You can up his audio, Buchu.
Yeah, but I'm hearing him quite well. I am.
Yeah, so I'm hearing fine.
Yeah, okay. What happened is my regular headphones, they're uncharged because they're Bluetooth, and these I went back to these iPhone ones, and this is as high as they go right here.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
No, it's all good, man. I can hear you fine.
All right. So where were we here? About Charlo. Yeah, Stu made a great point.
I can't believe on Charlo already, man.
Yeah, well, hold on. Charlo will never fight Golovkin before Canelo, okay? And I'm pretty sure he's pissed off that he was promised to fight a winner of Canelo Golovkin, and now he has to fight Golovkin in order to get to Canelo, who's the cash cow.
Who promised him that?
WBC.
Well, fuck him, man. WBC promises me
I know. No, I understand. Boxing, but Charlo fans are saying that, oh, no, Charlo's happy about this because he's always wanted to fight Golovkin. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm pretty sure Charlo is pissed off. Now he has to go through Golovkin to get to the cash cow.
Yeah. It's not exactly a warm-up fight for Canelo.
No.
I'll tell you what, things people... Nobody tells Canelo Alvarez what to do, man. He does what he wants to do in this fight. That's where he's at. WBC can say what they want. He'll drop that belt. We've seen it before. He'll drop that belt. He doesn't. But he's above the belts now. Canelo's his own belt, so belts mean nothing.
Hey, you know what's weird is I'm actually wondering how Canelo can do over there in the East Coast, because he's fought his whole career mostly in the West Coast, you know. So this time he'll be headlining in Madison Square Garden. So that's what I'm wondering is what the turnout and all that is going to be like, you know, because I don't think there's that many Mexicans in New York, you know.
No. That's a good. It's a good point. I mean, I think Canelo's the sort of guy. I mean, let's be real. I mean, the Mexicans will travel to New York. They're everywhere else in America, aren't they? So it's not
like you never know. It might be people from the UK out there a lot supporting.
Well, I mean, I think Rocky Fielding will have his family and his girlfriend with him probably, but I don't see too many people spending thousands of pounds to see Fielding get knocked out in a couple of rounds.
Actually, Stu, if you're British, you're gonna be saving up your money to go watch Fury against Wilder. You're not gonna.
Just in case that fight falls through, I wouldn't be doing that.
To be fair, I think I'd rather watch the Callum Johnson better be head fight. To be honest with you, I think that's a better fight than Rocky Fielding Canelo. I mean, I just don't think it's a very competitive fight. And if I was an American, I certainly wouldn't be paying $80 for it. No chance.
I have to introduce Apology Man. Give me.
Speak of the devil, and it shall appear.
She just wanted the drama and you two to fight over her. That's what women do.
Your punishment must be masturbate.
All of you.
Bitches are stupid. I treat them like shit. That's how you get one to eat a dick. Never be sweet to a bitch.
All right, welcome to the show, Apology.
Hello.
What up? What do you think about this fight?
I'm just surprised that Canelo just moved up and decided to fight Fielding of all people. I thought he would have stayed in his division. I thought Golovkin or Charlo, but I mean, he's the cash cow. He's the new Mayweather, so he can do whatever he wants.
Now this fight is in December.
Apology would have taken a year there. I was surprised he moved up, and I was surprised that he fought Fielding.
What? Oh shit! I fucked up here. Something.
See, I think I'd rather see Canelo fight if he's going to fight super middleweight. I'd rather see him fight someone like James DeGale. But Callum Smith's not going to fight after he's just fought.
Yeah, of course, but I would have liked Canelo to like maybe wait.
Yeah, that's for a different day. But that's definitely for a different day.
For Ramirez,
yeah,
full
that's fine. Yeah, but Ramirez, you're gonna have to prepare more than 2 months for Ramirez. You know, Ramirez is a solid super middleweight, even though he barely fights anyone decent.
Yeah, his resume's trash as well. Charlo's resume is.
But he's, you know, you're gonna need more than 2 months to prepare for Ramirez. So you're limiting your options when you take a fight so soon after a fight with Golovkin. So
wait, when's the date of this fight?
December, isn't it?
December
15.
15.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So Fielding's like nice soft touch.
Well, yeah, he's got a belt. He's got a belt, and we all know. We all know that he likes to take the belts off the easy options when he's having a warm-up fight, because it's a warm-up fight for Canelo, isn't it? Let's be real. But he did it to Liam Smith, didn't he? Took his belt off him.
What do you guys think? Do you reckon this fight is a better fight than a Liam Smith fight?
No,
yes,
I think
it's about the same.
No way, yes, because he's moving up in weight. He's falling a tall guy.
Yeah.
It has to be a bit more difficult than Liam Smith. Come on.
Yeah, it looks better on paper because he actually came down a weight to fight Liam Smith, didn't he?
Hey, is that a real belt though? The one that Fielding
It's not. It's not a real belt.
Callum Smith has the real belt.
Yeah, he has the regular belt.
But Canelo's gonna be considered a 3-weight division champion, even though we all know that the WBA regular belt is not the real WBA belt.
Once he beats Callum Smith, he'll be a 3-weight world champion. Yeah.
That's so stupid, man.
Yeah. You know what? I think he's warming up to maybe in a couple of years fight Jose Ramirez or Gilberto Ramirez.
I was going to say, man, there's no way Canelo's making 140 for Jose.
I don't think so. Because
goddamn, these guys are way taller than Canelo, though. That's a trip, man.
Yeah.
He's putting himself in real danger fighting all these guys, man. In my opinion, I think Canelo should have never went past 147, man. But them tacos, you know.
Canelo, mate. Canelo would die making 147 now.
You could chop Canelo's legs and his arms off, and it's still way more than 147 pounds.
His head weighs 140.
Real dense bones, huh? Like, man.
That makes can meat put at least 50 pounds on Canelo's head.
I wonder if he's gonna go back on the meat to put on some muscle.
Well, he'd have to drop Vada real quick, you know, which is what I thought Mikey was gonna do for Errol Spence. You know, a lot of people didn't believe that was gonna happen, but you know, I did catch them say something real quick, real slick. Robert Garcia, they asked him, you know, what they were gonna do, and he said, "Man, we got to start calling Victor Conti up." But you know, since Errol Spence wasn't on Vada, I believe that they were gonna drop it real quick to gain that muscle, you know, to be able to fight him. But
now in the chat, BDA is there. He's saying, hold on. He says, I know it's just sparring, but I saw a session between Canelo and Zurdo Ramirez, and Canelo played with him. So,
who?
Canelo and Ramirez.
Oh yeah, okay. I think I saw that.
They sparred, and yeah, Canelo won. Apparently, was playing with Ramirez.
I'm not high on Ramirez. I'm not high on Gilberto Ramirez yet. I think, you know what I mean? Like, he's beat nobody. I mean, he beat Shot After Abraham, but, you know, Paul Smith almost beat a Shot After Abraham. Who else does he beat? Jesse Hart? Big deal. You know what I mean?
Abraham.
And he's a basic southpaw. Like, he's, you know, your basic 1-2, keep it long, work the lead hand southpaw. It's nothing special.
No, he's got nothing spectacular about him. I mean, I think there's a reason Aaron didn't put him in the World Boxing Super Series, to be honest, man. He wants to milk that belt. And I'm not saying Ramirez isn't talented, but, you know, I think the other champions, in fact, all 3 champions fully beaten for me.
But he probably is the best one at 168, though. Who else is there?
Well, I think Benavidez, Uzcaki, and Smith beat him.
You have to put Callum Smith ahead of Ramirez. What's
Yeah,
Ramirez?
I think Callum Smith might beat Ramirez, honestly.
Yeah, he will, man, I think.
He doesn't impress me at all.
Callum Smith. I mean, sorry, you look at Gilbert Ramirez's resume. He's not got a standout win, and he's been champion for a while now. I mean, he beat Abraham in 3 years ago for that belt.
Yeah,
I can't think of anybody else he's beat to defend that title against.
I'm still waiting for this master Bob Arum plan that they had for Ramirez. I kept getting told on this show that Bob Arum had a master plan for Ramirez. Why he didn't go in the World Boxing Series. I'm still waiting.
Well, Stu, to be fair, you could still match up. You could still match up.
They got that tournament.
You could still match up Ramirez against the winner of that tournament. You could still match Ramirez against the winner. So basically, he just.
What is Ramirez? Why is Ramirez being built as this guy? Oh, he'll fight the winner of the tournament because he's Gilbert Ramirez.
No, well, somebody has to. Well, who's?
Remember when they did? Hey, remember when they did that to Lucian Bute?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking head knocked off.
He got knocked off. But what I'm not justifying it. But what I'm saying is, well, the winner of the tournament has to continue on fighting. He's not gonna retire after a tournament, right? So now he won.
I think
Ramirez has a belt. Ramirez has a belt. Let's just make that fight happen. It's logical. So
I think
it might be part of the Bob Arum plan.
Ramirez is to just milk him because I think Arum knows he's not that good. He's not his best fighter in this stable.
Well, no, he has Lomachenko and Crawford. He's not the most talented one, but he's a Mexican and he knows he can milk that shit.
What does Ramirez do? Does he even sell out? Does he even sell well? Like, does he,
no, because he hasn't fought anybody.
Sell well?
No.
He's probably selling out those little stadiums, you know, like the
he's not doing big arenas, is he? Let's be real.
Well, no.
Whoa.
Well, who is?
Yeah, but hardly anybody's doing big arenas, you know. A lot of people like to kind of like overhype what they do. Like, I know other fighters, they end up fighting in these arenas, and then they say that they set records on certain little things. So it's kind of like circumstantially they do very, very good, but you know what I mean? If they put them in the real big stadiums, you know, they ain't going to sell out. That's for sure. You know?
Yeah.
All right. I have a question for you guys. Do you think Canelo's going to actually go all the way up to 168? Or he's going to weigh a little bit lower than that? And is that going to affect him? And is that going to affect him moving down back to middleweight?
I think it'd be around 160, 167, 168. Yeah, definitely. I mean, this guy has just gone for a hard camp. I don't think he wants to go through the dieting, to be fair, the hard training. I think he just wants an easy little touch-up, make another $10, $20 million, whatever it'll be, and move on to... I don't know when the Mexican holiday is next year. When is it? That'll be his next fight.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo. When is that?
Next year.
May 5th. Yeah.
Of course, May the 5th. Of course it is.
Yeah, but you mean which day exactly? It's gonna be.
Oh yeah.
May the 4th.
Yeah.
That's a Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll be around that weekend, won't it? So
yeah.
This is my opinion on this. Others may not agree. I mean, you know, obviously it's not a good fight with Fielding, but considering the fact that Canelo's coming off the two Golovkin grueling fights, and you know the December date is only 2 months away. He was never going to fight a killer, so that's why I'm not too bothered about this fight. I don't think as much because I mean, what was people expecting? Did people expect him to fight Charlo on this date?
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, it's a bit like when Golovkin fought Martirosyan. It's one of them where you give him a pass because he fights everyone, but it's a stinking fight. It's one of them.
Yeah, that's basically his 30-day wait right there. What he does on his 30-day weigh-in, right? 168. So this should be no problem. You know, he basically just wanted a kind of a lazy fight, huh?
Yeah, lazy.
I think with the two hard Golovkin, I think Fielding might have a chance because Canelo took some damage in those fights and in the training. So I think Fielding will definitely have. He's
not going to have a chance. He's gonna feel Canelo's power and accuracy very quick.
Yeah.
He's not getting a points decision either.
No, he's going to fold. I'll tell you now. As soon as Fielding gets hurt, he'll fold like he did against Callum Smith.
Yeah, he will, but I'm saying early rounds. I think he'll come out aggressive and try to, like, probably knock him out, and then just he's gonna fail, but he'll try.
You have to be aggressive with Canelo early on. You give him a head start. Yeah, I
think Canelo should have just gone after James DeGale. Let James DeGale have his retirement payment sort of thing and sail off into the sunset. I think he's at the end of his career, but he's still a better name than Rocky Fielding. And DeGale,
he's quite a Eubank, isn't he? Though.
What is he?
DeGale is. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. It's almost done, apparently.
I was gonna say almost done. You never when it comes to fucking Eubank, mate. Until the fight's actually the bells rang, that's when I'll believe it.
Yeah, so all this bullshit. Him in the spot.
I don't mind that fight though, to be honest. So.
By the way, thank you. Boxing comments $2 says Canelo getting hate for tuning up now versus Charlo pay-per-view. What do you mean?
Like I said, this could be on the design. Like I said, this is not really a fight that's going to sell big pay-per-views. I mean, even Canelo is going to struggle with this one. This could be on the design. It could be.
I hope it's ESPN.
It would make sense for the zone to pay Canelo what he wants, put this on their app, and get the customers in, get subscribers.
Hey, do they make you sign a 1-year contract when you go on the zone right now?
No, you pay monthly, and if you don't, I think you just pay monthly, and if you don't want to subscribe the next month, you can cancel it.
Okay, so man, I'm gonna definitely get it because
it's $10 a month. You got the Usyk Bellew coming up. You get all the Joshua fights, all the fights from the UK. You've got a good card, the zone's first card in America coming up in Chicago, I think it is.
And you got the tournament. You got the World Boxing Super Series.
You're gonna have a lot of the World Boxing Series. With the Nui and all them, that's going to be a terrific tournament. It's definitely got to be worth $10 a month. I mean, it's
12 Canadian. If you're in Canada, it's $12, which is cheap.
Oh, yeah, but and the Canadian dollar not as strong as the American dollar.
A little bit less, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's nothing. I mean, like I said, I spend it on coffee.
Yeah, that's the problem, though. You know, here in the U.S., we got these cable companies. They bundle everything together. My Xfinity bill's already kind of high, so once I start adding every other little network that I want, goddamn, man.
Yeah, it does add up, but like I said, it's worth it because it's other sports on there as well, and $10 a month when you're paying like $80 for a pay-per-view event, you get 8 months of the design for that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was always used to just getting a pay-per-view. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. So I'm hearing feedback, man. I don't know who it is.
I'm not hearing anything.
No, I'm saying when I'm just sat here listening to others, I'm hearing feedback.
Yeah, I hear it too. Anyways, the fight, I hope is on ESPN because Canelo. Listen, ESPN has a lot of. There's ESPN Spanish, and they provide a lot of boxing content, and so that would be amazing, man. Because, well, Nopal probably you watch ESPN Spanish.
ESPN Deportes. They got a bunch of little channels. I don't exactly have the Latino package, but I do have some of those channels, that you get. But that's the thing, man. You never know. I wish they had something where I could just see every damn fight,
Yeah. Well, with HBO pulling out of boxing, there's a market for the zone to step in. So I got a feeling if you want to see a lot of these fights coming up soon, you will need that DAZN app eventually because HBO are they're not going to do boxing no more. They'll probably do a fight here and there. So there's a Showtime, and not as good. Let's be real, Showtime are Al Heyman's ass. All they want to do is show his fighters. So it might be that you have to buy that app if you want to watch boxing, and it's only $10 a month. So
yeah, see, even with them, they have fights on one channel, then they switch off to another one, and you just got to keep up who's fighting where, you know.
Yeah, because I know
but
Fox and ESPN have got deals with, I think it's Bob Arum in it. But let's be real, a lot of them cards are going to be average cards. You'll get a decent fight now and again, but a lot of the big fights are not going to be on ESPN. Let's be real.
by the way, it's Fox is with the PBC now. But then people are gonna attack Stu for getting it wrong. But I don't know if you can hear, but Stu's from the UK.
Is
So
ESPN have just done a deal with Top Rank, haven't they? That's
Yeah.
Fox did with Heyman. That's right.
Yeah. But then people don't understand that you live in the UK, so it's not like you watch Fox.
I could give a fuck, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Who cares? I don't pay attention to networks and who's on what fucking network. You know,
No.
who gives a fuck about that? Just watch.
I can't even get Fox in the UK. They took Sky. Have took.
That's
Fox.
what, you know, man. That's what I'm saying. Like we don't. Why should we care about Fox, ESPN? We don't watch that. Like, why should we give a fuck about that?
Yeah. But you know, at the end of the day, their fights they won't put pay-per-view fights on big pay-per-view worthy fights. You're not going to get that on ESPN. You're going to get decent. But you're going to get, let's say, Devin Alexander and people like that. That's what.
Oh jeez.
Do you know what? Somebody, Devin Alexander's a funny one, right? On Twitter the other day, somebody tweeted that I follow, someone I talked on Twitter, decided to wind Devin Alexander up. And he basically tweeted saying, "Yo, Devin, I'm an amateur fighter, and I spar with Kell Brook and things like that." And he was slacking you off in training the other day, and he said that Kell Brook was calling Devin Alexander a bum, and he would have beat the shit out of him and everything like that. Devin Alexander replied saying, "You tell that boy I'm going to whip his ass. We can do that right now." When realistically, he was tweeting Brook, giving Brook shit, and Brook never said shit about him. It's just a fucking wind up. Devin Alexander is one of the most gullible fighters I've ever seen.
I'll tell you what, right? He could fucking put a glass eye to sleep as well. He's terrible to watch.
He's got a weird shaped head.
Oops, sorry.
When he fought Timothy Bradley, it's one of the worst fights
Oh
I've
man,
ever seen.
Let's not even talk about that.
It was a terrible.
I'd rather talk about what's that? I've seen the back feedback. Hey, no, I'd rather talk about
Lawrence Okoli.
Fuck it, man. All right, get the fuck out of here, man. All right, by the way, El Dude is in the chat saying that why are people pissed off? I'm paraphrasing here. Oh, here we go. Why is Canelo getting hate for a tune-up fight versus Rocky? And then
El Dude supporting the Mexican.
He's probably preparing for a fight against Charlo in May. Yeah, I don't think we're not hating on this fight. Well, not here. Maybe he's not talking about us. But from what I understand, we're not hating on this fight. I mean, sure, we would have probably liked to see Lemieux, but we knew damn fucking well that Canelo wasn't going to fight Golovkin or Charlo in December. It's stupid.
You know what? I mean? We're just speaking truth. We speak truth, man. You can't say this is a great fight. I'm sorry. No one's hating on Canelo. I'm certainly not. But no one can say it's a great fight. If you are, it's agenda-driven, man.
But it's an interim fight, which we understand. It's an interim fight before the big fight in May.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I'm not going to hate on Canelo. He's just had 2 fights with Golovkin. If he wants an easy touch for one of a big fight, then fair play to him.
I mean, that's what fights do nowadays, to build up their name even more. Try and get like a good knockout to get more fans excited. You know, it's whatever.
Yeah, I'll do it. That's what I'm not saying. I know you're not talking about us, but obviously there's people who are gonna start calling Canelo a chicken because he's not fighting Charlo in December.
Yeah, but you know, and their heroes are fighting garbage ass fighters, and yet Canelo's a fucking chicken. Do you know what I mean? This is what I mean. How many times have we watched a fight where it's a mismatch? I mean, you can thousands of times recently. I mean, how many competitive fights do we really get to watch? So this is just another mismatch that we're used to in boxing. Let's be real. Yeah. That's why I'm not surprised.
And by the way,
at least he's not one-legged like Charlo.
Yeah,
exactly.
The fact that he fought Golovkin. The fact that he fought Golovkin twice, he gets a pass for me.
That's a good point. And by the way, the fact that he's fighting 3 times a year, when you have some fighters that fight once a year.
Only LDBC and Charlo fans aren't going to give Canelo a pass for this, in my opinion.
Yeah, me too. Oh,
Yeah, but the thing is
of
that
course.
you know they were quiet when Rigondeaux fought Jazza Dickens in the UK. They were quiet. That was a good fight. That was a good fight, apparently. Do you know what I mean? So,
Who the fuck said that's a good point?
you know what I'm saying? They were quiet. They'll give Canelo stick for fighting Rocky Fielding, but say nothing about Rigondeaux when he's fighting Jazza Dickens.
By the way, I'm just gonna go and do you know I'm gonna go get some fucking shit for my throat. So I'll be back in a bit, Bucho. If I just wanted to let you know, just in case you bring me in, man. I'm not there.
All right, perfect. So, yeah, I mean, Rigondeaux fought bombs. You had Charlo fighting a guy with one leg, and now Canelo is fighting 3 times a year. Fights Golovkin. And actually, sorry, he's not fighting 3 times a year. He's fighting 2 times a year.
Yeah,
it's true.
He missed
but
that
still,
first Cinco de Mayo fight, so it is actually 2.
Yeah, I see. And now, yeah, holy shit. But anyways, he's fighting. Nobody was expecting Canelo to fight in December. We all expect Canelo to fight in May again, and he's actually providing us with another fight. So I don't think we should be complaining.
Isn't that the same date as fucking Bellew Usyk? Well, when's that fight?
That's the end of November, I think.
Oh, it's the end of November, is it? I thought it was December.
Oh, I have no idea. I'll check.
Oh, hey, you guys think they're gonna finally let him use those no boxing, no life gloves?
Yeah, Rocky Fielding's he's gonna bow down to every one of Canelo's demands just to take the fight. He's gonna get the payday of his life, and he's gonna sail off into the sunset because, you know, he's gonna change his career, isn't it? Let's be real. He's gonna make him a rich man. He's gonna make a lot of money. So he's not gonna sit there and pull out. He's not gonna say, "Well, I'm not gonna take the fight if you wear them gloves." Canelo could come in there with UFC gloves and Rocky Fielding would take that fight.
Well, Fielding could wear a fucking skirt if it was required. I mean, he'll do anything.
Guys, I think it's overhyped. The A side part, you know, on Canelo's part. I think that part's a little overhyped because I haven't seen Canelo go all out like Floyd. You know.
Well, hold on. Well, he couldn't against Golovkin the second time because he did fuck up with the test. So he had to concede, but
even the first fight, he didn't A-side the shit out of Golovkin. I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, we all know that, you know, when you go ring entrance, we know that it's a fact that, you know, the A-side always does that last. But even inside the ring, they always didn't Floyd always, no matter if he had the belt or not, didn't he make sure his name was called in last? You know.
Yeah.
When they're about to fight, Canelo.
Yeah, I think so.
With Golovkin, he allowed him to, you know,
as a champion. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he allowed that. There's other stuff too that, you know, he never got into it with Golovkin telling him he had to use whatever gloves he was using. You know, because we do know he has a contract with Grant, so that would have probably never been possible anyways. But nonetheless, I don't think Canelo's your usual A-side type of fighter, you know, that tries to take every little advantage.
People in the chat saying Canelo fanboy alert. I don't think that's a bit. Nopal, are you a super Canelo fan or?
Well, here's the thing.
All right, you know, I gotta think.
It's not the fact that I'm Mexican and I go for Canelo. It's just the fact that the guy had so many damn haters. You know, every little aspect of his career was always being hated on. So, you know, it's hard to see that. You know what I mean? And so, and then they're overhyping another fighter just to make the guy look bad. So
yeah,
you know, it's just
Canelo has a tremendous resume. He's fought everybody, you know. And he gets a lot of stick, doesn't he? He gets a lot of fucking hate, and yet, like this guy said, you'll get some fucking guy with some average resume for nobody of any recognition. Yet he's a hero, isn't he?
But to be fair,
he's the next coming of Christ.
Yeah, but he's going to be that guy who just got the belt back, and then he said he's not even going to defend it.
battle rifle.
That, sorry.
Battle rifle. There's some like background noise.
Noise, man.
Because
Battle.
what? No.
We can hear like you're in the street. And there's cars and shit. So.
Guerrero.
No, actually, Guerrero. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, hey man, we can hear that you're in the street and all.
Are you mowing the line and on the hangout?
Hey, bro, you're at the drag race? Or
Oh, this is chaotic.
That bit hectic. That bit so hectic.
Sounds like you.
Oh my god. Yo, guys. Yeah, Guerrero, mute your mic, man. Because it's...
Wow.
Mute your mic. Yeah, thanks, man.
Go somewhere more quiet, please.
Alright, hold on. Guys, if you're gonna join, please make sure you're in a secure, safe location with no fucking noise and shit. Alright? Because it's chaotic.
Yeah, because the thing is, we can't even hear your opinion anyway, so why bother coming on?
Exactly.
It's fucking a whole heap of noise, man.
what's he got going on in the background?
I think he's at the fucking NASCAR, and he's somewhere like
It's on 500. Something like that.
He's got a V8 and 400 horses, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, hold on. We have battle rifle, and we also have somebody else.
Don't get fooled when they tell you that the crime rate is down in New York. Every time I watch the local news, they're always talking about, well, there was a stabbing here, there was a stabbing there, there was a shooting there, but the crime is down.
All right, welcome. Recognize.
Does everybody have their own intro?
Not everybody. We're working on it. And you have to be a regular.
Only the special ones.
Only
you
the
have to
special.
you have to earn your stripes. You have to earn your stripes, man.
Yeah, exactly.
He said, "Oh, there's a shooting over here, there's a stabbing over here, but the crime is down."
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you have to pay. Pay at least $10. So do it right now.
All right, who wants to go first? Thoughts about the fight?
Yep, for
Battle in New York, right? They when they report like a stabbing and a shooting, the reporters always got to say the crime rate is down in New York, though.
Oh man,
it's almost it's almost
a good way to offset that, though, huh?
It's almost as bad as Sadiq Khan saying London's one of the most safest cities in the planet. You know what I mean?
Man,
Jesus.
New York for the fights, and because, well, quite frankly, I know this is a boxing channel, but is women outnumber men in New York, so that's another reason why I just have to visit New York.
Yeah, there's a lot of women out here.
And I got to watch some of the fights, man. Go ahead and check out some of these fights. It's probably not the they don't have all like the best venues when it comes to fighting, but I would just go down there and just check out New York.
Brooklyn Barclays is starting to make a little push for it, but Madison Square Garden used to be the spot.
Yeah,
still is. It still
the
is.
new Mecca. The new Mecca of boxing.
Fuck
out of here.
Is he fight? Is he okay? So that's what
I'm not paying for that crap. They said it's a review.
Bro, I heard it's $10, man. That's worth it.
$10?
$10.
No, where did you hear that? No way.
Bro.
The Zone.
Wait.
It's,
yeah.
He didn't say it was on the Zone. He usually always says.
I seen Eddie Hearn announcing that right there, so it must be on the dope, right?
So Canelo versus the guy, I forget his name.
Me too. Fielding.
Yeah, Fielding is on the Zone.
But who is that? Who is that guy? Who the hell is he?
He's like,
wait, no, you serious?
Who's that guy?
recognize he's a WBA regular champ.
Listen, let's be real. Canelo could sell at this point. He could sell water to a fucking ocean. That's basically what it comes down to.
I don't, because like it kind of makes me mad because I wouldn't have minded seeing him fight Lemieux, but now you're just gonna fight Rocky Fielding, man. That means you're probably gonna have another tune-up after another tune-up after another tune. It just makes me feel like it can go any direction now because you finally took the belt from Triple G. And I didn't mind if you took like a little fight off or something like that, but it makes me think that you're never going to defend your belt. And WBC is going to be okay with that because WBC stands for We Be Crooks.
Yeah, they learned their lesson when they try to bring that Cholo belt and make him pay for that the first time. They must. I'm pretty sure they learned their lesson by now. That and him vacating with Triple G about 2 years ago. You know.
Well, yeah, WBC is trying
to the Garden too.
Yeah, that's where it's gonna be at.
Well, I mean, De La Hoya. Listen, man, De La Hoya is smart because Oscar did this early in his career. He fought at the Garden. Damus, sit down. Shh. Sorry, that's my dog. Sit down.
I hope so.
Sit.
Look at that, the dog whisperer. Are you talking to your woman like that?
Always got some shit going on, man. Got my dogs with me. I'm in the city.
All right, so what were you gonna say? De La Hoya, muscular gargano. What were you saying?
Yeah, no, De La Hoya fought in the Garden. I think he may have fought twice. I know one time for sure. He fought. He may have fought right after losing to Shane Mosley. Forgot the guy's name. He fought. Or Trinidad. It was Trinidad. I'm not sure.
He fought some tune-up after Trinidad.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, it's true. That was at MSG.
He went right to Shane Mosley after that.
Yeah.
Man, all right. It's a shame, man. It's like it's kind of going in this direction because it have some good fights out there, but at the same time, we just kind of wanted to see Canelo just fight somebody just worth like with a post because I think this guy got knocked out in one round by Callum Smith, and that's why I've been hearing like the all negative talk, and then that just makes me feel like this guy gonna move to 168 and probably can fight somebody.
He's not gonna stay there.
Just going crazy at 168.
That's a bad division for Canelo, though, bro.
I can personally say when Carlos Frog left and then George Rose, got out of his prime, Butte got knocked out, it's been who's there. It's been a who's who of who is who at 168. And
so he
everybody
just wants to collect another belt, like make it 3 different weight
classes. Of course.
Yeah, and then, cash out, man. Just do all. My bad. I'm gonna mute myself.
By the way, thank you, Undercover Asian. He says, thanks as usual for the fun talk. No problem, man. That's what we do here.
Hey, this belt don't really even count, though. If he
no.
Yeah, it doesn't even count. So, I mean, we can leave that off the table. It's not like he's, like it's gonna be a big accomplishment. I mean, it's just basically a tune-up fight, And as far as the Charlo fight, I mean, we all know that needs to be built up a little bit because these guys want to maximize that,
But isn't Charlo ordered?
They're gonna build up Jamal Charlo fight?
No, yeah. With Canelo, I mean, they want to build it up a little bit. That way they can sell it a little more to the Mexican crowd, Because the Mexican crowd, they don't really know who Charlo is. I mean, they heard his name because they got a list of people that supposedly Canelo's been ducking, So they got a list of people, but they don't know the actual information, who he is and, his background and all that. So I think
if Canelo fights...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. But if Golovkin and Charlo fight, and then the winner of that fight fights Canelo, that's an even bigger fight than if Canelo just fights either Charlo or Golovkin.
Can you imagine if Charlo beats Golovkin and he beats him convincingly? That's gonna that'll boost him up.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I always thought Triple G could beat Jamal Charlo, and people were just saying like, and I don't have like nothing against the fighter. I can personally say that Jamal Charlo can go out there with his skills from what I see, go out there and beat Triple G. But I don't think it's going to be a knockout like people say, because if Canelo couldn't do it, then I dang sure don't think Jamal Charlo can do it, because Canelo went 12 rounds and he was banging like from pillar to post. And this guy's one of the greatest offensive fighters in the game. But I can, I think he can beat Triple G, but I don't think Triple G is going to take the fight, man. He already said out his mouth that he ain't fight for the rest of the year. So I don't know if he sounds
Imagine if Charlo beats these guys. You'll never hear the end of it from the LDBC.
Yeah.
Oh, no, for sure.
God, no.
Come on.
Please don't let it happen.
Yeah, I don't worry about them, man. If he beats him, man, I'm gonna give him some credit, man.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a Cinderella story for Charlo, because especially if he can get both fights, because you know he doesn't really have the best of resumes, but these 2 wins would just put him over the top, basically get him into the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean?
It looks like Jamal Charlo is probably going to have to move up 168, because according to his manager or whatever, I think maybe it was his manager or his promoter that said that he's barely making 160.
No way.
Shoot, man, that's crazy. Meanwhile, the other brother's still at 154, right?
I mean, he's a big guy, man. He's a big guy. So
yeah, they're pretty big. They're pretty big dudes. I've seen them. I kind of.
And they say almost every interview, the biggest sacrifice in boxing is food. So you can kind of tell, like, they kind of some big guys. You know, they be eating, and Jamal Charlo is no different. He could. I don't even think he can go up to 168 and beat probably these guys. Maybe a Callum Smith. Maybe a George Crow after, he lost his prime, but not Benavidez. Benavidez comes back and they actually give him a chance to go back for the WBC belt. I don't know if they stripped him. Did they strip him?
I don't think they stripped him. I didn't see the whole thing where in Kiev, but they were saying that they wanted to get him help, and because it was a recreational drug, and they said that they did mention that that the reason why he was on coke is because some beautiful girl offered it to him or something.
He's coming out, George.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, they dropped that in though when they were talking about it. I was like, what the?
That's like Canelo. That's like Canelo saying, I was at a party where they were serving clenbuterol, and I just happened to get some clenbuterol in my system. That makes no sense.
Well, in Mexico, all the street food has all the street meat that they use in tacos and tortas and burritos and all that. Most of it has clenbuterol in it. So
I just had never been caught.
Yeah, and I've never met one Mexican. It doesn't matter how rich they are that doesn't from time to time go to the street and buy tacos.
But I was saying it's kind of suspicious because I'm not trying to, and I don't like this just say people because I personally defended Manny Pacquiao on numerous occasions. But Canelo is kind of suspicious. You can kind of say because I think Estrada said that he eats Mexican stuff all the time. He said he eats Mexican food all the time, and he's never popped.
Yeah, I don't think he's been body tested. Right? Oh, Estrada, isn't Estrada from that certain state in Mexico where they don't have, where it's claimed that their meat is the cleanest in Sonora, I think, or yeah, it's claimed that that they don't use clenbuterol at all. But yeah, the thing with Estrada, you gotta always keep in mind is that prior to Canelo, he was considered the pound for pound best Mexican fighter. If you would go to ESPN Deportes, they would say El Gallito was the best. So they have kind of, I think Estrada is kind of a little jealous of Canelo because Canelo came in and, he fought Triple G and he was put on a different level. Whereas Estrada, I think that his fight versus Chocolatito was a good fight, but, they expected him to try to knock out Chocolatito, which wasn't really going to happen because Estrada isn't really that type of fighter, So he's got a little bit of jealousy for Canelo because Canelo, kind of like Mikey Garcia. I don't know if you guys caught that interview where he was at a party somewhere telling people that he wasn't convinced of Canelo. These are guys that whenever they talk about them in the Mexican headlines, these are 3 guys that are in the running for the best Mexican fighter, And it's weird because Mikey Garcia isn't really an American, so, but yet they put him in there, you know what I mean?
Canelo's head and shoulders above Estrada, let's be real. Head and shoulders. I know Estrada's a terrific fighter, he is. But you can't. Let's not put him in the same league as Canelo.
Anybody tuning in there?
I kind of thought he beat Rubenstein, to be honest. But the thing is, you can't beat the champ like that. You gotta. He just doesn't have enough power to handle Rubenstein.
I think if he like pushes the pace a bit more, he can. Because Rubenstein is very open defensively, but he just didn't do it enough.
You can actually.
I think Estrada fought a good fight, man. You just remember, wrong side, you can't push too much because he'll hurt you.
Yeah, he'll just knock you out.
Yeah,
And
or at the very least, just hurt you. You know what I'm saying? At the very least.
And Chocolatito got skills, man. You know, he got defense, despite what some people say. But the thing is, you know, he just got to know how to tie it up and then pace himself better. And that's how he got caught by Rung V side, man. He should have just tied him up a little bit more, you know, because I feel he was winning the first fight. He just kept getting the clash of the heads.
Man, he got headbutted about what, like 9 or 10 times, you know, really.
Yeah, there was no purpose as well.
I think with Chocolatito, he loads up with his punches, throws them very wide, some of them. So a very technically good fight, but he throws a lot of his shots, wide shots. And Rungvisai was hitting him with straight punches all night. And Rungvisai is a strong guy, man. That guy looks... Yeah. That guy looked two divisions above Chocolatito that night.
Yeah, he's really strong. And Gonzalez had extremely good balance. Despite whether he leads with a hook or leads with the right hand, he always catches his stuff at the last minute. But it was that right hook, man. He would throw it, and then he would let it linger. And then as soon as you think, oh, I got my chance to counter this dude, right hook, and you down. And
that's true.
That was that bread and butter, man. Because he would always let it linger. He would throw a jab. He would throw a jab in the left hand. And as soon as you think, oh, here's my chance to counter, he would throw that right hook.
I basically think that first fight, it did something to his mental state, Chocolatito's, where, you know, the second fight, he just went in there and basically he was a good meal for Rubenstein, you know?
By the way, Trap Media, I want to welcome Trap Media to the Hangouts.
Kind of like hyping. Hello?
I want to welcome Trap Media to the Hangouts. Are you there, Trap?
BDA, what's going on?
It's Pucho, but welcome to the show. Give us your take on the fight, on the announcement.
Man, I'm hype. I don't want to hear no more Canelo slander. You know, I was a Canelo hater for a while after the last fight. Got a lot of respect for him. He improved his skill. Now he's stepping up, not scared to go to that next weight class and fight a champion. I got a lot of respect for him, and I don't know, it kind of makes Triple G look bad for not stepping up and taking that big challenge at that next level.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Golovkin probably would have got away with doing what Canelo's done. Took an easy target at 168, destroy him, go back down and defend his middleweight titles, but he never did that. And I agree with Trap. I think Golovkin missed a big opportunity.
I mean, but jumping up from where he came from to 168, I mean, it's a little bit different. And Golovkin didn't want to step up and fight a champion at that next level. So for Canelo to knock off Golovkin and then be doing that, did it at 54. I mean, I got a lot of respect for Canelo after this, and I was a Canelo hater, the biggest Canelo hater, but I got a lot of respect for Canelo right now. I'm not saying it's a super tough matchup. I'm not saying that this guy is great or nothing like that, but he's still moving up in weight, and we do know weight does matter in boxing.
Yeah, that is true. It's one of those things where, you know, you can't deny that he's moving up, but it's one of those things that it's going to forever tarnish your brain, because 168 is about that division where it's nobody really left. You got George Groves, man. Maybe he comes back and you do anything, but like I said, I feel like if Triple G wanted to put himself in the Hall of Fame, if he wanted to retire, and then he should go up and beat George Groves or Callum Smith. He probably can beat Callum Smith.
It's a nice notch on Canelo's belt. You know, something to say. I went up to 168, got a belt at 160. You know, it's just something good to say when your career is over. It's not one of those, oh man, you went up and beat somebody.
Because I didn't hear anyone say anything. I know it's a bit different with the size, but when Roy Jones went up to heavyweight and he fought John Ruiz for the title, man, talk about fucking picking a title. So it's no different to what Canelo's done. So, and Roy Jones got so much credit for it. We hear what a great heavyweight champion he was. I mean, because he beat John Ruiz. I mean,
but coming from where he was coming from. When you start from a low weight class and move,
but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it was a lot of weight.
Roberto Duran went up about 5 divisions back in the day when fucking.
But what small guy's gonna move up and fight a bum at heavyweight right now? Like nobody's really doing that even today.
No. No, but at the end of the day, he didn't go up and fight a monster. He went up and fought John Ruiz.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Roy Jones not even that small, chap. Roy Jones not even that small. He's pretty big.
Most people think your average heavyweight would smash the smaller guys at 160, 168.
They would,
We're talking about John Ruiz, man. There's heavyweights and then there's John Ruiz. Like,
Go on, fight this fucking guy.
Okay, look, clear here. John Ruiz, if anybody would have moved up to 175 and fight somebody like a John Ruiz, they would struggle. And, you know, despite the because I mean, be honest with yourself, man. John Ruiz was hard as heck to fight because he clinched so much, and most people they can't deal with that jab and grab style, man. John Ruiz perfected it, man. You better put some respect on John Ruiz's name.
Yeah, thank you, John Ruiz.
That jab and grab, man. People ain't ready for it. It was hard for him with Roy Jones because Roy Jones he didn't have to chase him.
Yeah, I got you, Sam. That was a pretty good accomplishment right there. You know what I was watching yesterday was James Toney versus Holyfield. God damn, man. James Toney was on some. I mean, he was a good ass boxer, bro.
You say he was on something?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean on something. I didn't mean like that. No.
So
he was a good boxer.
To everybody on the panel, do you guys have? Is this a solid move for Canelo? If you were just judging the career, you as the business advisor, do you think this is a solid move for the overall career? If we evaluate everything,
it's a nice tune-up. It's a nice tune-up. It is a solid move. I don't know. Could you define solid move?
It's a nice tune-up. It's a nice tune-up where he can get like a little credibility. With I guess maybe he can call himself a 168 champion. But the thing about Roy Jones beat an active heavyweight champion, a guy who actually beat other contenders. So Roy Jones' accomplishment at heavyweight was much better than what Canelo's going to try to do.
Yeah, I agree. But my point was Roy Jones got a lot of credit for winning that fight. But
as he should have, moving up that many weight classes, as he should have.
Yes, but like I said, it's called picking the weakest champion. Did he go after?
Oh, okay.
You do realize the next guy was Lennox Lewis.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. He was. Roy Jones is 5'10". Lennox Lewis,
and there were rumors. There were rumors.
That's what I'm saying.
As a boxer,
don't go up to heavyweight then. Don't go and fight.
No, I agree with you. No,
because I'll tell you something now. I'll tell you something now. You can get a light heavyweight now. Put Bibble in with someone like a John Ruiz fat heavyweight. Bibble would destroy him.
I
probably think. I think you're right. I think Bibble would have went up to heavyweight and probably beat John Ruiz up.
Exactly.
But
still, did you give credit to Tony Bellew for fighting David Kay?
The comparison of Roy Jones beating John Ruiz, and we're predicting that Canelo's going to beat this guy. Obviously, I don't think it's. I don't think it's a fair comparison. I think Roy Jones.
I wasn't saying that. Somebody else brought that up. I just was saying it's a solid not.
Hey, you guys think he's going to fight on back foot?
Well, I wasn't comparing it as a fight. I wasn't actually comparing it as a fight, but I was just comparing it where a fighter's gone up and gone up to fight a guy that he knows he can beat to take a title and to look good on his resume, to look good for his Hall of Fame record when he retires. And I think that's what Roy Jones, and I think that's what Canelo's doing. He's doing like a Roy Jones, fighting a guy he knows he can beat, a lot smaller than him, but he's not.
Who would you rather on fight though? Like, because the Mew sweet. That's sweet. We done seen him move up now. We don't want to see him get no more title shot. He got whooped twice when he got title shots. We don't want to see that no more. You're scrub. I mean, what else would you rather see? Everybody else got to fight.
Listen, he's rushed his fighting because he had his ban. He fights 2 times a year. Because of his ban, he's only fought once this year. So he's rushed his fighting to get his second little paycheck. And it's a decent. It's not a decent fight. Let's be real. It's just I understand where he's coming from. That's all I'm going to say. I wouldn't pay for it. I'm not excited for the fight. I'm not, I don't really want to be doing 3 or 4 hour hangouts 3 times a week about it because I don't.
Are you guys excited for the Super Series tournament?
Yeah, we do. I'd rather talk about fights like that. To be honest with you, I would because this is not a competitive fight to me. But I understand where
That's what I'm saying. For everybody on the panel, if you don't like this fight, what fight would you rather see? I mean,
that's a good question.
You going to?
I'd rather him just. I'd rather him sit out.
Stu, come on.
Yeah,
Stu,
you know what though? Everybody was complaining on him fighting Lemieux. I think these guys finally started going on the internet to see what the fans see, and they probably saw everybody complaining about the fact that.
So they chose this guy.
Fight Lemieux, you know.
So this is better?
Let's turn it up a notch and give
I doubt that's the case, man.
They don't care.
You know, I very rarely just think they just go out here and just listen to the fans and just be like, "Oh, you think we should just not fight?" Because
you know what?
Fields a better opponent than David Lemieux. That's not even
what I'm saying though. Because you ever notice like Abel Sanchez somehow that dude was always a step ahead of everybody, and I think them dudes they had their ears to the street. Basically, they were on YouTube, looking at people's comments and on boxing scene. You know what I mean? So they knew what
they are a lot more tuned in. They are a lot more tuned in. They are.
So
I will say that
they were always a step ahead of us somehow, and I think that probably Canelo and whoever's handling his business, maybe they're catching up with that. You know, because somehow I'm pretty sure they knew that we didn't want to see that. I didn't mind that fight, but
De La Hoya is smart. I'm going to say right now, De La Hoya is a smart dude.
I agree. And I would say the rationale would be, what's a fight that we're not going to get too much backlash from, that we can elevate the resume and we can get some solid money? And this is a fight that you can do that. You check off everything. It's not like we can really hate on the guy because most people don't even know who he is. He's a regular champion up there. And
that's a good plan.
People can hate him because he got beat by Callum Smith in one round.
Oh, damn. I didn't even know that. But you see, the reason why I say De La Hoya is smart is because, De La Hoya did the rounds when he, at least in America, he did the rounds when it comes to like fighting in venues, and he's doing that with Canelo. So now he's going to bring him to the East Coast, and then he's taking him to the biggest city on the East Coast, which is New York. Yeah. And putting him to fight there, even though the guy's not a great name, but it gives like East Coast fans the chance to see him live and
to grow the fan base.
And grow the fan base. Recognize. I said earlier that I got a feeling this fight could be on the zone.
I think it should be.
I don't know about that.
I don't know because
this is not a pay. This is not a pay-per-view fight. I don't think HBO are going to take this fight. They've just announced that they're coming out.
Wait, HBO's. But isn't HBO done with boxing?
There's rumors that.
I see Eddie Hearn say.
I heard he still owed them one fight, right?
Yeah, that's why he's doing it. Also, it might be that he wants to get this fight out of the way.
It's good talk for the casual.
I thought the last HBO fight was. No, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. I thought the last HBO fight was with Canelo Triple G. The last fight.
Well, I saw where Eddie Hearn said he's trying to get the Canelo.
He said
I think that'd be a great opportunity for DAZN. Even if he just fights one fight on the DAZN and fights his next big fight like Lemieux on HBO. I just don't think this is a pay-per-view fight.
No, this will probably be on ESPN, most likely.
Nah, Canelo's not fighting on ESPN. No chance.
By the way, I have some comments here from the chat. Genjuro77 says, whoever says Fielding is better than David Lemieux doesn't know shit about boxing. Mustache Cash Stash says Lemieux is way better than Fielding. Everybody's saying this. Sakib says, how the heck is Lemieux a worse option than Fielding? Lemieux is a bad option, but let's not compare him to Fielding, for God's sake.
If Lemieux doesn't have a belt, if you're talking to your casual fan, oh, Canelo's fighting this week, who he's fighting? You're going to say Lemieux, nobody really want to see that. If you say, oh, he's moving up to fight for a title, your casual fan is going to be like, okay, I'm going to check that out. Just because it's a title fight, you haven't really heard the name, it's just a fight you're going to check out.
Yeah,
and moving up in weight.
Then you might go deeper than that. But a casual fan, oh, Canelo's fighting for a title and he's moving up. I like this fight with Triple G. Let me check this out.
You see, it's true what he's saying because casuals don't, okay, you tell a casual fan, well, he got knocked out before. They'll be like, well, isn't that part of fighting? That's how they look at it. They just be like, all right, the guy that he's gonna fight got knocked out in the past. Isn't that part of like just getting into fights? Like casual fans are also MMA fans, so they're like they understand that like in sports in a combat sport, you're supposed to lose when you're fighting the best fighters, right? Now, I'm not saying Fieldings is fighting the best fighters. I'm not saying that. But they just look at what Trap is saying. Trap is saying that they're looking at it as he's moving up in weight to fight a champion, right? That he's moving up in weight to fight a champion. So the casuals look at it as like, well, if he's a champion, then he must be good. And on top of that, Canelo's moving up. Where Lemieux, if you make a casual dig deep, and they say, well, Triple G beat the shit out of him, they're gonna be like, well, yeah, that's not really a good fight because he beat Triple G, and he's gonna fight a guy that Triple G beat. So therefore,
hold on, recognize.
I understand what you're saying. When a fight was finalized, you heard about magazine and stuff like that. Now we have these channels where we can actually say, I'm as a casual of MMA. I did watch MMA a lot, but I stopped. And I didn't know who Khabib was, but I can actually say that from a lot of the channels I've been hearing, Khabib is actually a really good fighter. He's actually the betting favorite on Bovada. Yeah. So I can actually say that.
He should be, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's been more active. He's the bigger guy. He's a better wrestler.
Very good grappler. Used to wrestle bears coming up.
Yeah,
all right, that might be a myth.
With bears.
No, that's true. Bears.
He's an animal.
Yeah. Who the hell used to wrestle bears?
I think he also he used to live semi-naked in Siberia.
What kind of bears are you talking about? Like tame bears, like bears that don't kill you?
Baby bears.
Oh, baby bears.
Yeah. Hey, for the record, that's what they call the cooch in Russia, bro. Bear. No,
I'll tell you what. If Conor McGregor lands clean, he'll be fucking seeing bears.
I'm hearing there's a lot of tension between the Irish. There's a lot of tension between the Irish and the Russians. They predicting it could be a brawl in the stands.
Hey, that's a mix right there, bro. Russia versus Ireland.
Drunk Russians against drunk Irish. That's a recipe for disaster, man.
That's tense right now.
That's like, vodka versus
Guinness.
Well, to Stu's point, Khabib has to get the takedown first, and he has to enter that space where Conor can throw his left.
Yeah, so but it's gonna be a lot of pressure.
Man,
fighting
I'm sure
on that stage.
Tony Ferguson's probably pissed off right now.
I want to handle that shit.
I'm fucking hyped for that fight, man. I'm proper hyped for that fight.
Hey,
I'm hyped for the whole card.
Yeah, hyped for that fight, man. I hope Conor can pull it off. I really do. No, I don't have a problem with Khabib. I just find him a very, very boring fighter. I love
Khabib. He's so funny.
He's one of these guys that he's got a style that's very hard to win, but it's not exciting. It reminds me a bit like Floyd Mayweather. Do you know what I mean?
TBA, the best ever. But look, Khabib is solid. I would like to see the underdog win because he's the underdog, but I mean, I think kind of he built for this moment. The stage is big, and he's never been on a stage like this.
I just think Conor has a boxing skills that could, he could handle a decent level in the pro ranks. I'm not saying he's a world-class boxer, but he's a decent level of boxer. And when you look at the UFC, none of them have got decent. I mean, TJ Dillashaw is the only one I can think of, and probably who's got great boxing.
Nate Diaz has decent boxing also.
He does, but he get. I mean, when you look at his fucking face after every fight, he's not exactly picked up the defensive side of boxing, has he?
Willie too.
But he has that scar tissue, bro. Yeah.
Tyron Woodley is solid. That's true.
Tyrone Woodley is like
that Woodley, man. That Woodley keeps proving me wrong. I ain't gonna bet against that guy no more. No way.
Yeah, me neither.
Hey, did you guys see that Nick Diaz?
That guy he knocked the fuck out. He knocked
down Till.
Yeah, damn.
But do you know the thing? I was more annoyed with Darren Till because I've seen it yet again with Darren Till where he thinks he can go in there, fucking just walk forward at a fucking a slow pace, barely throw anything, and then just pick his moments and win the fight.
Yeah.
You can't do that with 4-ounce gloves on. You've got to go in there and push the fight. Put Woodley on the back foot, but no, he was just waiting for his moment again, like he did against Wonderboy. I mean, he barely threw any shots, and you can't do that against Woodley. He's explosive. You know, you have to hurt Woodley to get his respect, and then Woodley goes in his shell because Woodley don't like being hit himself. But if you stand there backing off at a ridiculous pace, barely throwing anything, giving Woodley space to launch them right hands, he's going to catch you, and that's what happened.
Disgraceful. Hands down, as well.
I do not want to hear Darren Till's name around me ever again until that guy proves and it makes amends. I thought he was a disgrace coming in there, biggest fight of his life. He talked like he was the next fucking John Jones, and he went in there through nothing, and ended up curled up in a ball with his back squashed in half. Nah, man, I ain't got time for that guy.
That was I don't really follow MMA, but that's the guy that I said, damn, I would like to fight like that. Is John Jones. That he knows how to use that fucking long ass dimensions of his that he has.
Yeah, he's back as well. Like you saw cleared him. He's back in.
They think he's gonna be on the pay-per-view, but they haven't announced it yet. But I think they're still looking for the opponent right now. But it's predicted that he's probably gonna be the main event for that next pay-per-view that's coming up.
Boxing Style in the chat said that Cody Garbrandt is a genius. He's not, but he's a slick fighter. Don't get me wrong, and he's quick. But TJ Dillashaw beat him up badly, and it twice. And that was boxing that did that. There weren't no mixed martial arts involved with that fight. It was just boxing, and TJ Dillashaw just smashed him twice. So I just don't think Cody Garbrandt is. Well, I mean, good striking skills in a cage. Right, it might look good in a cage, but when you stick it in a boxing ring, use them same skills, it's not going to get you far.
Yeah,
Conor McGregor has, but Conor McGregor is at a level where he could still beat up Malignaggi and people like that.
He could beat up Malignaggi, but when he went in there against a guy that
but come on, man.
I ain't going that far.
Let's be real. Fucking Canelo. He did a better job than Canelo did against Floyd, didn't he? So,
Canelo, that was a long time ago.
Well, I know you can't compare, but what I'm saying is,
I feel you though. He did a.
I can't see him. I can't see him.
But Floyd had no worries. Floyd fought freely. He fought this guy like.
I can't give credit to Floyd for that win. I just can't do it.
No, I don't give Floyd no credit for beating a guy who's never fought a professional boxing fight in his life. But what I'm saying is Floyd fought him that way because he feared nothing. He didn't fear anything.
Let's be real. Conor's boxing skills are far superior to
I don't know who bet on here, but if y'all bet, go to Bovada right now. Put $20 down. You can win you $26. If you don't have nothing,
where?
Yeah, you can win $26 on Conor. Go bet on Conor right now. Go to Bovada. Bet on Conor. Bovada. I don't want solid money on here. Go bet on Conor right now. He did plus 130 underdog. You bet 20, you can win 26. If that's all you got, go bet that. If you got
that's another thing. Why is
they're taking bets now? Bovada?
No, Bovada.
Go to Bet365.
And that's another thing. I don't really follow it, but it seems like a lot of people that I know that love MMA and watch it all the time. They're like, Khabib is gonna. They're like, sure. They're like, yo, Khabib.
Beat this. Yeah, but let's be real. A lot of guys, they pick fights with emotions, and Conor rubs a lot of people up the wrong way. And when you see a lot of the UFC fights, when you see them doing the predictions, all of them are picking Khabib. They do it every time. They're picking Eddie Alvarez. They picked Aldo.
That's true. They did the same thing with Triple G.
I just want to say something about the fight real quick. I didn't pick Eddie. I knew Eddie's going to get knocked out.
Sorry, I apologise. I do apologize. I didn't realise you was a UFC fight. I got it wrong, mate. Sorry.
What you mean? I know what you mean, Stu. I'm just saying, personally, for me, I knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, so did I. But when you heard the UFC fighters, that none of them were giving Conor a chance. Yeah. Eddie Alvarez is a monster. Jose Aldo, pound for pound, best in the world. Conor's got no chance. Chad Mendes will wrestle him on his back all night. Nate Diaz is too big and too strong. I just kept hearing it. And he kept proving them wrong. So I think there's a lot of emotions.
Those were battles, man. Nate Diaz versus Conor, both fights, man. Especially the second one.
Yeah, I don't think that's why they're picking it. I think they're picking it because they say Conor has been away for so long, and Khabib's been active and he's been impressive in his wins. So I think that's why they're doing it.
I thought he was terrible in his last fight
against Quinto. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. Like when I talk to people that follow MMA, they're like, dude, he hasn't fought in over 2 years or whatever. he's not beating Khabib. Khabib has been active. He's been fighting this guy and that guy.
I mean, and Quinter come in with his stance.
It's boxing style. What's that boxing style? Breaking into somebody's house.
Yeah, and they're still banking on his discipline as well, because he still stays at home with his mom and dad. So you're dealing with a different type of.
Who stays with their mom and dad? Khabib?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's probably like a.
So he's not. It's not like he's out there wild. He's planning on this to be his last fight.
Well,
yeah, I just don't think living with mummy and daddy's going to help you on the night.
I know Connor's focused too. That's what's going on. Connor's focused too, so it's a toss up.
The reason why I think Khabib's going to win,
who the yo no pal?
That's the main problem I'm worried about.
I can hear somebody munching or some shit.
I think that might be Battle. I think that's Battle. I'm not sure.
That Quinter, the Jan Quinter guy that Khabib fought last time, and he came in with his stance where he was fighting about. He looked about 4'1" in the ring. He was just had this terrible stance.
He was so scared. That's why he was scared of the takedown.
His boxing was atrocious. I mean, it really was, and he was tagging Khabib up at times. Yeah. It was embarrassing. It really was. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say Khabib is I mean, you don't go 26-0 in a cage if you're not a good fighter.
27.
But his 20. Well, he hasn't fought.
So he's undefeated. He's undefeated.
26-0. Yeah.
I mean, that's like going 52-0 in boxing.
Yeah, but it is.
Just times that by 2.
Yeah, but we've all seen boxing records where guys are 40-0, and then when you look down at the record, it's fucking Bulgarian lorry driver, Mexican taxi driver. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's who you fought, isn't it? Let's be real.
Yeah.
And Khabib has not got any decent wins on his resume. Barbosa is useless.
That's what the naysayers are saying.
Daniel LaRusso. That's all he is.
He hasn't been on the stage yet.
Karate Kid.
Nobody.
Yeah, but you know, this is his chance to make history. So we're gonna see if he sees the moment.
All right, Nopal, I think you should mute your mic. Nopal, I can hear him opening up beer bottles. Nopal. Jesus. This is the thing, people. You guys need to mute your mics. Well, everyone's doing it.
This dog is getting me mad love with the girls today. Sit right.
Jesus. You're talking about your dog?
Bucho, I'll be pulling him today.
Your dog?
I said if I was single, Bucho, I'll be pulling him today.
Hey, boxing style saying I need glasses. I mean, if I need fucking glasses, he's Ray Charles. Fucking Ray Charles, man.
Boxing styles is trolling. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. What the guy that told me Cody Garbrandt is a genius. The guy that told me Mark Erosion would go the distance with Golovkin, and I'm the one that needs glasses.
Roasted this guy.
The big advantage is gonna be that Conor has a 4-inch reach advantage, so I think he's gonna kill him with that jab and draw him.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That like dead space between the takedown and the standing position. Like if Khabib can get past that, it's over. But I'm not sure you will. Like,
that's something that I noticed about fucking McGregor is his arm reach. I never seen somebody more or less Floyd Mayweather style height and got like much longer arms than him. He had like much longer arms than Floyd.
No, I think Conor's just 70. Floyd's just like some 70. Floyd has like a 72. Heavyweight reach.
The thing what Conor does.
Yeah. Floyd was a little bit smaller than him. That's what I'm saying. I've never seen a guy his height and have have more reach than he does. I've never seen. That's the one thing Floyd always had, is that he's had incredible arm reach for a guy 5'7", 5'8".
I think what Conor does well. I mean, because like I said, he's got decent boxing, and because he's a southpaw as well. A lot of UFC fighters are standing up, not going to understand the southpaw stance and the angles that comes from. But I think because he's so quick and accurate with his shots as you're coming in, I think he gets wrestlers thinking twice about coming in. Look, when you look at Eddie Alvarez was trying to stand up and box Conor McGregor. And then when he did go for the takedown, he was bust up by then, and Conor was reading the takedowns. I think he gets him fighters' heads that if I go and rush in for the takedown, I'm going to get caught with a shot here, and they get caught in two minds. And I think that's another good thing that Conor does. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think Conor's scared to go to the ground this fight either. I think people underestimate.
He reckons he's been grappling and wrestling with 200-pound guys, and he reckons he's been doing a lot of wrestling. So we'll see. I don't think Conor's takedown offense is too bad. I mean, when you look at Eddie Alvarez, he started good, yeah. Nate Diaz tried to take him down a few times.
Isn't he a brown belt in jiu-jitsu now, Conor?
I actually don't know what belt he is.
Yeah, because I know for the Diaz rematch, they were showing him, and he had made it all the way up to brown belt. Which, you know, if anybody knows about jiu-jitsu, I mean, it takes a while to get up, you know, in belts. So, I mean, by this time he's probably, well, you know, it's not easy to become a black belt, you know, and I don't think he's a black belt yet, but nevertheless, I mean,
he's a brown belt.
Boxing style. Stop giving it the big one in the chat, because you obviously had too many of them fucking Armenian beers. And you're giving it the big one, but when you come on, you have nothing decent to say, and you'll make loads of noise, and there'll be fucking eating cereals in the background. So if you've got anything, if you've got anything decent to say, come on and say it. Stop giving it the big one in the chat.
What's he saying?
Like I said,
hey, what are the betting odds for this fight? I know you guys said that if I bet on Conor, it's
Trav said that if you bet 20, you win 26.
Yeah, he's a plus 130.
So that's
Oh, that's kind of like the odds for Canelo, huh? Versus Triple G, where
if you bet 100, you win 130.
Damn, this is kind of this feels like a risk though. If I put a lot of money down.
Yeah, I mean, $20 not. I mean, for most people, you know, you can afford to throw away 20. Probably was gonna spend 20 on a pack of beer for the fight. You can spend 20, make 20. You know, make an extra 26. Get you a pack of beer after the fight, and you know, keep your little profit in your pocket for some gas money.
That's true. That's true. I might try to do that and go get some craft beer at Bevmo. They got some good ass beer out here, man.
What you sip on fight night? What's your drink of choice? Fight night.
Well, fight night, I know I'm gonna drink more than, you know, about 6 or 7 beers at least and a couple shots. So what I try to sip on is just a smooth beer, maybe like something easy to drink, like maybe maybe Corona or Pacifico probably. But on other occasions, I just like to get home and drink 1 or 2. But that's when I drink the craft beer, you know, like have you ever heard of Belgian Beaver?
I think so.
Yeah, those are pretty good. They got a peanut butter one. You know, that beer's pretty good. It's like 2 of them.
The hell
like
is
2 of them,
this?
you're good. It's a kind of beer you can't drink a lot of them because it messes with your palate a little bit. So, you know.
Now, are you
down with the beer gang?
Are you watching the fights at the crib, or are you watching it at a bar to get the atmosphere?
I do either or, but right now I've been watching the fights at my uncle's house, and he gets a lot of them. And you know, that's what I wanted to talk about. It's a little different when you watch fights with MMA fans, you know, people that know about MMA, and it's different because when you watch a boxing fight with them, they judge the fights a whole different way. So
yep, that is true, bro. That is true.
It's always a big argument. You know what I mean?
MMA fans were going for. They thought Pacquiao won the fight. That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. They have a whole different.
You guys,
I don't know what they was watching.
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you what he said. I'll tell you one thing that I remember. They're like, you guys don't know nothing about fighting. How can you give anybody respect that's backing off and ain't doing shit? That's what they said.
I'll tell you that's
true.
They'll watch Floyd fight and they will say that he
they don't think Floyd is they don't think Floyd is a great fighter. They look at Floyd and say that's not great fighting.
Yeah, they don't understand boxing.
Yeah, but I'm saying what I'm trying to tell you is, you see, there's a difference between greatness. Mike Tyson, everybody can notice that, right?
Mike Tyson overrated. When he stepped up, when
he stepped up fighting guys 6'5", yeah, you're right. He's overrated.
He's overrated.
Before men were 6'5", and fucking 250 pounds when he was 215, 5'10". I mean, come on, man.
He's overrated. Like Teddy Atlas said, Mike Tyson overrated.
Listen, Teddy Atlas has a personal gripe with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Mike Tyson fucked
his boy.
Doesn't count.
His niece, okay, I don't care what Teddy Atlas has to say.
Hey,
okay, this is a man coming from
Teddy Atlas
from a emotional. Yeah, that's
if it was if they were too tall for him, he should have went down. But once
on, man.
No, I'm saying once you put yourself in that fire, I can't make excuses for you. If it was too much for you, you gotta step down.
He knocked out big dudes. That's what he did. He knocked out big guys. Did he fight enough big guys that they beat him? Of course. Had he gone down to cruiserweight, he would have ate those boys up.
He should have went down. He should have went down.
Thing about Mike Tyson is, the era when he was good, there was nobody that could beat him, bro.
Nobody.
And, the thing with, I think the thing is you're a little younger and you don't feel the same way, probably.
No, I watched Mike. I watched the Holyfield fight.
Oh, were you? Was that like on YouTube or you saw it?
No. I watched it live.
That fight was, we were.
That was a crazy ass good fight.
I have a question.
I remember
with Mike Tyson. Hold on. I have a question here. With Mike Tyson, could he have beaten Holyfield before going to jail?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Right.
Easily. Didn't Holyfield duck him prior?
No. Holyfield didn't. Okay, listen. This is. I can remember this. I could remember this pretty well. Okay, Mike Tyson was my favorite fighter. My heart was broken when he got knocked the fuck out by James Buster Douglas.
There go the bias.
No, it's not about bias. This is not about bias.
Oh.
This is about calling like it is. Mike Tyson, his best fighting days was before he went to prison. When he came out of prison, he definitely lost more than a step. He was basically a money grab, okay? Mike Tyson out of prison was the biggest thing in boxing. It was unbelievable. He had Tupac fucking shouting him out in all his music. My big homies back home, this and that. And forget it. When it comes to hip hop music, Tupac had like the whole fucking East Coast and the West Coast. A lot of people don't even know that. Mad fans of the East Coast sided with him. So you got Tupac bigging up Mike Tyson, calling him his big brother. He was the biggest show, but the problem was he was done. You got to understand, he was done at that point. Before he went to prison. Now, before he went to prison, is what got him his clout, bro. He didn't beat you, he killed you. Mike Tyson didn't beat you on points. He murdered you. He destroyed you.
Recognize a lot of them guys were sweet. Man, they quit. When you see it, like, listen, man, it was sweet, bro. They didn't want to fight. It's almost like he a swing, hit the air.
Why didn't they want to fight?
Go down.
That's because of Mike Tyson. That's because of him.
You didn't see
they
that.
gave everybody else. They gave everybody else good fights, but when they stepped in there with this 5'10", 215-pound heavyweight, they were like, "Yo, fuck this." As soon as he swings, I'm going down.
They bought into the hype. We know guys like that. Like, they maybe really can hit, they can punch, but sometimes when they step up and fight somebody that's not scared, that's not scared to get hit, that's not scared to punch back, that's not scared to go, and I don't know, man. A lot of them guys were scared. Like they just.
Are you saying they were mentally broken before they got into the ring?
Of all time, I'm saying Mike Tyson's one of the greatest fighters of all time. Just period.
Yeah, man. Mike Tyson was a shooting star.
Yeah,
bro.
He's a dude that
when he was shooting.
You tell me.
He shifted the culture. I need that.
You tell MMA fans Floyd Mayweather could go into a bar and beat the shit out of anybody. Hold on, come on. Let me just finish this point. They're gonna laugh at you. Someone's gonna be like, "Get the hell out of here." You tell them Mike Tyson will go into a bar and wipe everybody out. They'll be like, "Yeah, that could happen."
But his style is built for that. It's built for a prison, a small environment.
Right. So you can't tell a casual fan.
Hold on.
He's the greatest fighter.
Nopal, you need to mute your mic, man. Yeah, Nopal. Nopal, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Can you mute your mic when you're not talking, please? Because
is it me?
Yeah, sometimes, man. Just everybody. All right. Just mute your mic when you're not talking.
Fans, look, I think Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Boxer.
Boxer. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time. Especially in America, I would say, as American fighters, he's probably no less, in my opinion, top 5 American fighters. I'm talking about American fighters of all time. He's one of the best fighters, boxers. Okay, but when it comes to like attracting a casual, it's like Mike Tyson was that guy. They were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
like he hit somebody, and you could feel that shit.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just Floyd found other ways to do it. But yeah, if we just talking about a casual, what they want to see, of course they want a Mike Tyson. They wouldn't understand the sweet science and what Floyd got going on.
They don't have time for it. They don't have time for that. They're like, listen, what are you selling me? Oh, this and that. Okay, Mike Tyson's gonna sell. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
You can't compare now. What Floyd did, he built that. He built that from time.
Yeah.
It took him, it took him some time to build that.
And younger Floyd was more vicious. You know, we can't forget that.
Well, he was more exciting. Yeah. More of an exciting fighter.
Butcho, man, what's going on? Why can't you get this boxing style on? I want him on here now.
I don't know.
He reckons he can't go. He reckons he's been blocked by BDA.
No way.
Does BDA stand for Better Done American? I think that's a good idea right there because everything is better in America. Better Done American podcast. Shout out.
Let's get the American fan base. I don't know, boxing style. I usually send him the link if he wants the link. But
I don't think he wants that work.
What's going on what's going on, Stu? I see you fighting with the boxing style.
Yeah, he's coming at me, but I think I don't think he wants that work. You know, it's going to be the same as Golovkin Varnes. He's going to last a round.
Is anybody hyped for the big baby fight?
No. Move on, please. Don't even mention that.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Big Baby is Big Baby the biggest weight bully. I mean, 100 pounds.
No,
300.
We're not going to have people just come in and change the topics, change the subject. Talking about weight, when we're talking about beef with boxing style. We're not going to have that, are we, boys?
What happened with boxing style?
Yeah.
I want
check the chat. Recognized.
I want boxing style on here now. Where is it?
Oh, here
we
have boxing style.
In the background.
Hello, I'm here, bro. What's up?
Tell me what.
What's up with all that shit talking, bro? Because I picked Varnes. I told you Triple G was gonna win that fight. I just thought that it might go 12 rounds. Does that mean anything, bitch?
No.
He didn't say that.
I thought that was gonna be, but he couldn't take the punches, bro. It was 2 years off. On top of which, you might not say 2 years is not much of a thing.
You said he was going to win a controversial decision.
No. He said he was going to go to the decision.
Close fight. It's going to be a close fight. I thought Triple G is going to take it no matter what because I don't think he's going to last the punches. He's not going to go for in the later rounds. He wasn't going to make it, but he couldn't make it at all because he doesn't belong in that weight division. Or he still needed a warm up at least to last about maybe 5 to 6 rounds with him. He still wouldn't have beaten.
I'd like to congratulate you, boxing style.
Varnes is not a bum, bro. Varnes is not a bum.
I'd like to
maybe you say because you're blind, but Varnes is not a bum, bro.
Let me talk, is it?
Hey, you know what was funny though? Let me just say one.
Good, Joe, get a hold of this. No, I'm not going to be.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah.
Right, go ahead, talk.
Right. I want to congratulate you on probably the worst prediction I've ever seen on a boxing channel, boxing show in the history of the YTBC. I mean, I congratulate you on your Varnes Golovkin prediction. I mean, this is not the first time either. I mean, when you go back through the shows, I mean, you've got quite a few. Let's be real, you couldn't predict rain if thunder and lightning was above your head. So let's not talk about predictions. You're calling Kell Brook a bum, but Kell Brook.
Did I call Kell Brook a bum?
You said.
Didn't I tell you that Kell Brook was the shit? I just told you Kell Brook went 5 rounds. If you're comparing 5 rounds to 2 rounds, because the one guy was 2 years off, he doesn't belong in both guys did not belong in that 160 division. What I'm trying to say is Varnes is not a bum, and you just called Varnes a bum because you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to skills. That's what I'm talking about.
Neither guy's a bum. Neither guy's a bum.
Another guy's a bum, bro. But if you're a compo got knocked out,
then I'm gonna try.
Hey, Varnes is not a bum, bro. He is a fucking idiot, though.
All right, I'll
check. Taking a 2-year-off fight. I mean, it's possible he's an idiot. I admit that.
He needed the payday. He needed some money.
Hey, he's not. I agree. He's not a bum. He's a specialist in failure. How's that?
Dude,
oh,
I wouldn't say
that. That's a bomb.
What's the big deal?
No, that's stupid.
You know what? You know how I know your boxing skills, how good it is? When you're talking about Charlo beating fucking Vanes when it's clear and obvious, nah.
Yeah, Vanes
is good against Charlo's, man. Vanes
beat Charlo. Vanes beat Charlo. I have Vanes.
Yeah, and he's the one guy that I see that says that otherwise, bro. I mean, with Demetrius Andrade, is like a 50-50. You could pick either side, so it's whatever. But with that fight, that was a clear off the bat, bro. That was
he dropped Andrade, didn't he? He dropped Andrade early.
Yeah, he did too. But you can sell 50-50 with that one.
I thought he beat Andrade, and I thought Charlo beat him by a hair.
And when you guys are talking about Conor McGregor, bro, I'm a huge fan of Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, I picked Conor McGregor initially. I said that's the only one guy that could actually beat Khabib.
Well,
but the only problem with is people are underestimating the fucking stand-up of Mr. Khabib.
I think Ferguson's the best.
Oh yeah, and Khabib's team said they plan to trade. They're not changing anything because it's Conor. That he likes to strike and he's going to be striking.
He's not going to trade. He said that in the Michael Johnson fight and then went to wrestling as soon as he got hurt. He's trying shit.
I mean, I'm sure if it presents itself, he will. But he's saying he's not afraid to trade.
He's not. Don't believe him.
Anything's possible in this fight on both sides. I wouldn't be surprised if Khabib got a knockout, and I wouldn't be surprised if Conor choked out Khabib. Anything can happen.
My predictions are usually 50-50. It's not all bad, bro.
You've come at me in the chat because I said Khabib's stand-up was poor.
Yeah, because I think you don't know what the shit you're talking about. That's why. Because you don't see it, dude. That's why. You didn't even look at the stats, bro. Look at the stats. Look at it. You're looking at what Joe Rogan was saying. That you're looking at like how HBO commentators are saying on boxing. You're looking at what Joe Rogan is saying. You're saying like, oh, he's sticking his chin out. Let me finish. I'm gonna stop after. Like 30 seconds and I'm done.
Now let's give 20 seconds.
Huh? 30 seconds. I'm done.
All right, go 30 seconds. Go and then Stu.
Look at the fucking punch stats in that last fight and tell me if anything that other guy did to Khabib was any way effective. He stand up with him. He took him to the ground. He did whatever he wanted with him. He schooled him. He dominated him all the way through. He didn't finish him, but he dominated him. He probably could have finished him. Who knows? He probably was getting ready for a 5-round fight. I don't know what this guy. He's weird. He could submit you. He's strong enough to submit numerous any guy he fights against. He can do it. He's just too strong. But the thing,
and
I'm done. It's your turn. Go ahead.
Well, you said I don't know what I'm talking about because I said about Khabib's stand-up. Yeah, you've sat there and said his stand-up's good, which means that you're the one that don't know what you're talking about. Because
I didn't say it was done, bro. I didn't say it was good. I said there's something to it. I didn't say it was like the most beautiful thing ever. It's not like Conor's. It's not even like Cody's. I think Cody and Conor have the best boxing skills.
I disagree with that as well.
No. He thinks what's his name? What's his fucking name? TJ has good boxing skills. TJ has good overall kicking, everything, good chin, all that shit. But boxing wise, Cody and Conor are, and then I think DC he's learning. DC is really
Khabib is not knocking anyone out with a shot.
I didn't say knocking out, bro. He's just let me walking down and mauled him.
Just let him finish.
Crying out loud, I'm starting to get annoyed now. Every time I say a word, boxing styles coming in. At the end of the day, you said your piece. I don't agree with it, but you're saying about his stand-up, right? Now, not once have I seen that guy knock a guy out with one shot. I've seen him ground and pound guys for 5 rounds without stopping them. Right? There's no power in those shots. Yes, his grappling and his wrestling is, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about stand-up. And his boxing's terrible. And Quitter was tagging him up and beating him to the punch sometimes. And let's be real. All right, he did well against Barbosa with his hands, but Barbosa's a kicker. He's another fucking Daniel LaRusso. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I don't want to hear about, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I've not seen anything from Khabib. His footwork, anything. Anyone knows anything about boxing will look at Khabib's boxing and they'll tell you straight face, terrible. But that's not.
All right. This ain't boxing. It's called striking for a reason.
But we're talking about boxing.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna tell you why you don't know what you're talking about. Because he has, if you watch his fights, he has what 26 fucking fights for 20. He has knocked down guys. He has decent power. He does not have power that would knock down top level fighters like Barboza or Conor or even Nate Diaz. He has a chin. Nate Diaz is the best chin in that weight division, honestly. He doesn't have that kind of power, but he has power to respect you. You respect his power to the point where if he hits Conor and then Conor kind of gets, his off track for a moment, he goes straight for the fucking. He grabs you, and when he grabs you, if he wants you down, bro, you're gonna go down. If he really wants it, if he dedicates that, you're going down. It's that, and then he's pounding you for the rest of the round, and then he'll let you go up. Gassed out. That's what's going to happen to Conor. He's going to get gassed out. And then
but that was never the argument, bro. That was never the argument because you came at me because I said about his stand-up. So why are you talking about grappling in the ground?
His stand-up is going to be...
We're not talking about
You're going to see it. He stood up with... What's his name? Even Barboza is a stand-up fighter. He stood up with him.
Kicker.
Michael Johnson, a stand-up fighter. He stood up with him before he took him down.
Hold on. Was terrible. He was getting walked back. He was terrible, mate. And he got his ass whooped. Let's be real. It was a poor.
How did he get his ass whooped, bro? He fucking destroyed him. He was shaking. In the first round, he was already shaking. If that round went to 6
was doing nothing to the rubbish stand-up, rubbish hands. He's a good kicker, but kicks are hard to land clean.
We always Wilder's pretty rubbish too, bro.
His boxing stand-up's not that good.
You know what he has? He has great timing. I said it last time.
I'm talking about Barboza. Like, being up Barboza on the feet is not really an accomplishment.
No.
God bless Kanye West.
What?
We'll see, man. We'll see come tomorrow. We'll see.
All right. You guys still want to talk about the UFC or move on from that topic?
What about Big Baby, man? Why you guys hating on Big Baby?
All right.
Man?
What do you want to talk about? Big Baby Miller.
To be honest, who'd you pick? Caleb Smith or what's his name? Grove.
Who did I pick?
Yeah, who'd you pick?
I picked Groves on points, but I thought Callum Smith would give Groves a decent fight, but from his last showing, I didn't expect that from Callum Smith. But I got it wrong. But
okay, so I'm gonna bust your balls for picking the wrong guy.
Yeah, but no, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get that in 50-50 fights. You're gonna get that. But Golovkin Varnish is not 50-50.
Would you pick Porter on Danny Garcia?
I picked Sean Porter. If you go back on the show, I've got probably 4. I got that last one wrong, but I got the last 4 or 5 right. So,
would you pick Triple G and Canelo?
I could pick Canelo on points.
All right. Okay. Did I bust your balls for any one of those? Nah.
I got them right. How can you bust my balls?
No, did I get bust your balls for any one of them? Though, did I bust your balls? Oh, your shit's fucking garbage. This and that. You pick is horrible. Nah.
No, you came on here saying I needed glasses. None of what the fuck.
Glasses because you didn't fucking see the punches landed by Khabib. You just saw Alcantara landed something. He barely landed anything, bro. He was blocked the entire time. All his punches were blocked.
Boxing Stars.
No one agrees with you,
Boxing Stars. What rank was Raging Al Quinta?
What's up?
Hold on. I got a real question. Are they heavy?
No, hold on. Let's talk UFC. Wait, chat.
I have an idea.
Was Al Quinta, number 12. He came in scared. He fought scared, and Khabib obviously out-jabbed him because he didn't know what to do. So
he was messing around. If you watch his commentation, bro, he said that he was messing around. He was trying to do a little bit.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean,
all right, hold on. Okay, hold on. Apology. Here's the thing. Here's what we're gonna do. Boxing style. What's your prediction for tomorrow's fight? Khabib against McGregor.
I feel it's gonna go a decision for Khabib, or it's gonna be a submission for Khabib. One of the two. I can't pick for. I don't know what's gonna happen exactly. You can never predict exactly what happens in the UFC sometimes.
What's your prediction?
DC last time. DC. I picked DC over Stipe, but
just make a prediction. Just make a bold prediction.
Yeah, I mean,
decision or submission.
I initially had Conor, but for now, I just don't see it. 2 years off and all that shit. And on top of that, all the stuff that he has, all the stuff Khabib has.
All right,
and
that's fine.
He's faced his conditioning problem.
That's fine.
Anyhow.
Submission.
All right, perfect. Now, hold on. Stu, your prediction, please.
Look, this is a very hard fight to call because you've got 2 different styles. Either one can win on the fight. So it's a really hard fight. So I'm not going to give anyone stick for getting this wrong because it's very. But I'm going to go. Talking of Khabib stand-up, I just see so many holes. I think Conor's he's never fought anyone like Conor with the hand speed and the accuracy that Conor's got. I just think Conor's going to land, and I've seen Khabib buckle a few times with shots that are not massive shots in their own right. So I just believe once Conor lands, he knows how to finish a fight, and I think. But I wouldn't be surprised if Khabib grappled him and laid on the ground for 5 rounds and beat him up on the ground. It wouldn't be surprised if that happened either. But I'm going to go with McGregor knockout.
Okay, I'm writing it down. KO. All right. So
I'm betting money on McGregor. The odds are good. He's been under this pressure before. Khabib hasn't been under no pressure like this. This type of crowd, this type of atmosphere, Conor's built for it, and I just think that experience will give him the edge. And I'm betting my money on Conor.
All right.
I don't know Khabib. I got my money on Conor.
Oh, okay.
I think Khabib will win.
And he said yesterday he want everybody to get his name right. It's Khabib. The K is silent. It's Khabib.
Man, does anyone care? Khabib. Got Khabib, UD.
Wait, Trap, you said Khabib, right? Or Khabib, whatever.
Yeah, it's Khabib. I mean, he got offended yesterday. Somebody was saying this. DC was trying to say it.
I've never really been a fan of Khabib's personality. He comes across as a bit of a piece of shit, to be honest with you.
I love Khabib's personality. It's funny as hell.
I've just never took to that guy. Something about him I don't like.
Yeah, do you see when he was talking to Michael Johnson in his fight? He's like, you must give up.
No, was he saying that? I thought he was saying that to Dana White though.
Yeah, Dana, and he was talking to Michael Johnson.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. That sounded weird. Like Johnson had been paid to throw the fight and not threw it early enough, sort of thing. That's how that sounded.
All right, so I got your predictions, and we'll see who's more knowledgeable. Jeez, I can fucking speak. Who has more knowledge? Either boxing style.
No, like I said, boxing style probably has got more knowledge than me when it comes to MMA. But we were talking about stand-up and boxing, and I know for a fact that I've got more knowledge than him on that. Because if he thinks Khabib is decent at stand-up, then he's just proved my point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just a prediction anyways. I mean, whoever gets it right doesn't mean they know more. You know what I mean?
Getting it right doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's guesswork sometimes, isn't it?
Dylan White for what?
Dylan White.
Dylan
White with what though? With who?
I said getting it right.
Oh, getting it right. I heard Dylan White.
I said it's guesswork most of the time when you say it doesn't mean anything.
Dylan White or Fat Baby? Who you got?
Dylan White.
He too big. That's my question. Do they need to make a super heavyweight? Because it's getting ridiculous now.
He's 300 pounds, bro.
No, 317. He's 375.
Did you guys hear that?
You know who he is? You know who he is? He's Suge Knight in boxing gloves.
Yeah, fat ass.
They're the same height, 6'4". He's 315.
He's outweighing his opponent by almost 100 pounds.
Yeah, but when you start right size, when you start having a super heavyweight, then it becomes a freak show, because even heavyweights, when they're too heavy, they don't look good, do they? They look slow and
no, but he looks good though. He can still.
That's the thing.
Against who? No,
I think Trap is right though. In terms of, it doesn't look like it affects him much.
Okay, but have you seen?
It's almost like
big. Hold on. Have you seen Big Baby Miller? Have you seen Big Baby Miller in a fight where he's pushed and there's a high tempo? You know, for a heavyweight.
No, that's true. You got a good point, Butcher. Like I haven't seen him yet.
But that's a little bit off.
He does look better. When he was fighting a little lighter, it just seemed like he got tired more.
Yeah, it's like he needs to eat.
He needs to eat.
But they asked him.
Give me a burger.
They asked him in the interview. I don't know if you guys seen it. They was like, are you worried about people raising about you not enrolling in a WBC clean boxing program? And he just kind of shrugged it off like, nah, I just like to eat, and Anthony Joshua isn't in it either. So people like to create narratives, but if they're gonna ask me, they need to ask him too.
I think
you know what I remember? I remember Stu saying that Dylan White don't got no power. I remember that shit with the Parker fight. Was that you, Stu, or was it someone else?
Who said that? Come on, you making it.
No,
you're
going back.
That's what he said. Guess what happened?
Can I defend myself? Or are you going to accuse me and then talk for me?
Did you have sex with him?
You can go ahead and talk.
I said Dillian White technically doesn't know how to throw a punch properly, and I'm right, he doesn't. His footwork's all over the place. Don't get me wrong. If he lands one, it's like anyone. If I land one on someone clean and they're going down, and I'm not even. So it's a heavyweight division we're talking about. Anyone can knock anyone out, but when it comes to raw power, no, he hasn't. He hasn't got raw power.
He's got good power. He's got good power.
Good power.
Yeah.
He got
that's real power, bro. What are you guys talking about? I got power.
That's why I say.
Did you know when he dropped Parker? Did he stop Parker though? If anything, he nearly got stopped himself.
That's because Parker knows how to survive, bro. Parker knows how to fucking fight.
That was a headbutt.
That's the reason why. That's why he didn't finish him.
No, not the second one. The second
By the way,
was no headbutt.
Yeah, you're right.
In the chat,
I forgot there was more than one. But the
chat,
yeah, that left
Swan,
mate.
nobody can hear me.
Go ahead.
All right.
Bucho, go ahead. Bucho's trying to say something.
I need to read some comments because then people get pissed off in the chat. So, Swanky Tuna says, Baby Miller said he felt awful at 265 and preferred 290 much better. So he prefers eating more and not training. That's good.
Yeah.
He's on the weights though. He's definitely on the weights. That's why I'm saying it might be because you can't be that much bigger than if a guy's 217 and you 3'7". Like I mean that's way too much. And you in shape too. It's not like you just fat and sloppy like Butterbean. I mean he's in shape like a football player.
Yeah, but
hey, by the way, in the chat we have Mexican MGTOW. So apparently the MGTOW philosophy has been spreading all the way to Mexico now. So, apology. I'm pretty sure you're happy with that.
Apology got fans in Mexico.
Can I just ask boxing style where Dillian White's power was when he was in there with Hellenius? Where his power was when he was power was when he was in there with Derek.
That was bad punching technique on Dillian White's style.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. But he has power. It's like saying Tyson Fury got no power, bro. You guys have. If anybody that says that, man, they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
No, I said he didn't have no power, but I didn't say that.
You said that shit, bro. You just said it right now, not too long ago.
No, I said he hasn't got Wilder power. He's got power, but the thing with it is,
of course not. A lot of guys have Wilder power, bro.
His technique was all over the place. The comment that you said, accused me of making, I never made. I said his technique's horrible.
Yeah, his technique, but he's improved. He's improved greatly from the last AJ fight.
Yeah, but you can work on them things. But you're going back to before the fucking Parker fight when I said that.
Yeah, you said that. You said that he has no real power because of his balance and this and that. And he's like he doesn't really know how to throw the shots, but at the same time, he hasn't got.
I said he hasn't got that raw power like Wilder. I said he's got decent power.
AJ doesn't even have that raw power.
Nobody has power like Wilder. Very few ever in boxing has power like Wilder.
Wilder, you guys are going to realize one day Wilder has power. It comes from
I just used it.
It comes from awkwardness.
This is the thing. This is why I get wound. Everything you say, someone's willing to pick something apart. I just used him as an example, right? That's what raw power is, right? Where he just hits you on the side of the head and you go down, clips you and you go down. That's what I'm trying. I'm just using them as an example. You have to, I don't want to start fucking digging. I'm just trying to use it.
But that's the far end of the spectrum.
I was talking about his technique and how he throws a punch. Boxing style is accusing me of saying something I didn't. So that was my point.
Yeah, boxing style, he didn't say that shit. So put some respect on his comments, man.
Oh, okay. He didn't say that shit. I heard something else, man. My bad. I heard something totally different.
Somebody in the chat donate boxing style some ear swabs from China off eBay. You can go get them.
I know what I heard, bro. My memory is pretty fucking good when I heard that shit. That's why I told him I had a little argument at that moment. I'm like, what are you talking about? He got no power. He got
the
power.
quags. The quags is something very important in the chat.
Power. And then guess what? He proved that he had power in the fight with Parker.
But he does have.
Dillian has solid power. He has B level power. He has B level power. He has B level.
In the heavyweight division, you know what it is? It's more like S level power for Wilder and A level power for White. That's what it is. S level. It's another level.
No. Well, I would say White has A level. He has B solid B.
Dude, Wilder is the most heaviest hitter.
Yeah, Wilder got A plus. Wilder got A plus.
Oh wait, hold on.
Power. A plus power.
Okay, A plus, and there's A. All right, then A is White.
All right, is this going anywhere? I mean, A plus, A minus. Come on.
I'll say White B plus at the highest. I get White. I won't give him A.
All right,
dude, I won't give him a B plus because of what he did to Parker. That's another reason why. The power that he has some power, man. It's no joke. Just because Parker knows how to move around, swerve around, and all that shit does not mean that he couldn't finish him off because he doesn't have enough power. That's ridiculous.
Dude, the only thing I think about White is when he got knocked out with that uppercut by Joshua. His body wanted to, his mind wanted to get up, but his body couldn't. He was like, oh, fuck, man. I just talked so much shit. This dude knocked me out.
AJ got serious power, man. He's just really strong.
That's the thing, man. AJ against Wilder. I can see Joshua landing a huge shot and just ending the whole thing, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he's
I got AJ now. If they fight right now,
AJ knows how to box. That's the thing. He knows how to box. Wilder's a street fighter. That's it. Wilder's just like he's gonna let it all hang out. But if that doesn't work, Wilder's in trouble. That's it.
Wilder's in trouble with Tyson Fury now.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I know what you guys are saying. Maybe I'm wrong, but I gotta go with Wilder on that fight.
You're gonna be sorry. You're gonna be sorry.
It's the same. Wilder is the same guy that I got knocked out. I forgot about this story. That he got knocked out by the Russian guy that's still undefeated in the amateurs, where they were in paddings and shit.
Yeah. He was much shorter than everybody's much shorter than Wilder, but yeah.
He was talking about all that. You know, it's like Fury came out. He's like, yeah, he's just the guy that got knocked out by that Russian guy, that short Russian guy in Russia in the amateurs.
You know something? I respect fighters that lost. Like Wilder might be one of those type of guys that, you know, he just gets better with time or gets more confident with his time. That you know, when you take the confidence and the power level, it might just get him through fights. He's a dude that it doesn't make sense what he's doing in there. I mean, listen, I don't mean no disrespect. I saw girls fight like that, swing the way he does, but he makes it work. He hits you, you're out. That's it.
Who got serious power, man? I'm telling you, the most heaviest hitter of all time. I said it like way before even I got into this
I
fucking.
don't know if he's the heaviest hitter of all time, but I know one thing: he's up there.
I mean, he hit fucking what's his name, Ortiz on the temple, not the temple. What do you call the forehead? And he knocked him down while hitting him on the forehead, bro. That's ridiculous. The guy has a chin too. He hit him on the forehead and he dropped him down. Holyfield was talking about that shit. He's like, "How? I've never seen anything like that." In like the high level caliber boxing.
Does Wilder knock out Holyfield?
No.
There you go.
Wilder gives him some problems, but at the end, I think Holyfield takes it through and probably beats him.
I think so too.
Fantasy matchup, it'll never happen.
You never know. With old Holyfield.
Oh, you mean Holyfield now? Yeah, I got Wilder.
No, I'm joking.
Dude,
I meant
hit by bombs from Tyson, and he was still standing his ground because of that steroids that he was on. That's ridiculous shit, bro. I've actually seen documentaries of Holyfield on steroids. Like they talking to him, put that shit, inject that shit on you and stuff like that. I was like, what the fuck? They were really like out open talking about steroids and shit. That motherfucker was on some hardcore shit.
Yeah, but look at the opponents he fought. I mean, Frank Bruno. Do you think Frank Bruno was? You think he was drinking orange juice?
Nah.
Frank Bruno looked like a fucking science project in that ring.
That motherfucker got hit though by Tyson one time in the stomach. Was it him? Right?
No,
I think it was Bruno who got knocked out by this body shot.
No, Bruno got. Well, yeah, he got hit with a. He went down in this. I think he went down in both fights, but it was TKOs that. I think the first fight was a 5th round knockout. That was before he went to jail. And then when he came out of jail, Frank Bruno was a champion at the time. And, you know, they knew that. I guess they felt like Mike could beat him again. And he knocked him out in the 5th round.
Yeah, by the way, the worst decision anybody has made over here was Errol Spence and Ocampo. That was hilarious.
Ooh, man.
El Dude was
El Dude was giving him a good chance, but
that was a horrible thing, bro. I was like, there's no chance. This fool's gonna just nut punch him all through the rounds and finish him off, and that's exactly what happened.
I think I touched a nerve when I said that. Don't take it too personal. I was only playing. I don't care if you get them right or wrong. In the day, you know, it is what it is. We all get them right,
man. You don't know.
I don't take shit from nobody, bro. But that's why I said I'm not really offended. But whatever, you got your own opinion. You got your own opinion. But you say the worst one, realistically, I don't mention it, but the worst one was Ocampo and Spence. That was the worst fucking pick ever.
I never said that. I said
I didn't say you.
Round 3.
You picked it. So
round 3. Here we go. Round number 3.
Yep.
I mean, come on.
Ready.
Is it enough? I think it's enough.
I don't know about you winning, bro, but looks like it's pretty even.
No, right. I mean, let's be real. If that's an even fight, then I got robbed.
Well, what? You got robbed? It's not over yet.
Right. We're in the championship rounds now, are we?
Yeah.
Well, it's round 3. Round number 3. All right. I was going to read some comments from the chat here. People are saying that Lennox Lewis KOs Wilder. I believe that as well. People saying that, hold on, long live the LDBC. The Shepherd of Song said that Baby Miller has diabetes. What else do we have here? Holyfield probably crowds Wilder. Holyfield fails Vada, says the Fight Scout. Wilder never had to deal with inside work, says Overhand. And Boxing Kill STV says Tyson versus David Tua would have been a super fight. Who would have won that fight? Obviously Mike Tyson. David Tua, he lost against the Biabuchi, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
All right. All right, we're going to end the show. I think we've talked enough boxing.
I was going to say Tyson Fury has never been knocked out, so if you guys are thinking that Tyson's going to get knocked out.
Yeah, but you're right. Klitschko couldn't knock him out. But who else did you expect? Who else was going to knock out Tyson Fury?
Klitschko knocked out fucking Wilder in the fucking sparring matches 2 times.
Yeah, but who else would have knocked out Tyson Fury? Or could have knocked out Tyson Chisora? Chisora and
oh man, hell no.
So
not possible.
If somebody can knock out,
might have a chance.
If somebody can knock out Wilder, it's sorry. If somebody can knock out Tyson Fury, it's gonna be Wilder, right?
AJ has a chance. Wilder's gonna miss with all his punches, most likely. He's gonna land one probably, and Fury's gonna just ride it out.
All right. Well, there's Boxing Styles prediction, guys. I'm gonna end the show, and I'll try to do one tomorrow before the Khabib McGregor fight. So if you guys want to continue to talk about the UFC, then sure, we can do it. I'm not an expert, but I will watch this fight because I don't know. There's a lot of hype, and I'm very interested. So thank you guys for coming in the panel, and thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, guys.
Yeah, see you later, boys.
See you guys.